Ow! Oh, damn it. Forgot to upload that. It's okay. It's all good. What's going on, guys? Let's see here. Meow. All right, so let's see. Hold on a sec. Where is it at? No, it's not there. Shit. All right. All right, let me see here. Sorry, just doing some stuff here that I wanted to pull up. What's happening, guys? What's up, motherfuckers? How you guys doing? All right, let's see here. Hold on. Where is it at? Now I gotta find it. Damn it. Sorry, I was a little bit late, of course. Let's see, where is it at? Damn it, I can't find it now. Where are you at? Where are you at? There you go. Okay. All right, so here we go. That's what I wanted to see. Let's do that. Okay, cool. What's happening, guys? It is Friday. Woo, we made it. We made it again. And yeah, wow. Hold on a sec. Let me pull up some of these shits here. Hey, what's going on, guys? Oh, fuck you, Jacob, this guy. All right, what's going on there, Toby? Mr. Will, always nice to see you. Rowdy, what's up? Hey, thank you. Thank you. I know it is my birthday was yesterday, so we're going to party tonight, aren't we? Okay, what's going on, SS? Mr. Ram? What's up, Ryan? What's going on? Jeffrey. Leo, what's up? Of course, Mr. Jose. Where the weed at? I know, we're going to do a weed stream. Your Dodgers, yep, they got to take on them Padres, man. I thought them Padres were out, but the Cardinals couldn't do it. I'm telling you, these Padres, we better be worried about these Padres. I'm just saying, they're a little scary, but the Dodgers did look good, and Mr. Kershaw looked good last night, and we always worry about him. Yeah, of course I am. Yeah, what's going on here, Jason? Yo, what's up, Squid? What's going on? Hey, thank you. Well, tomorrow I'll be celebrating it more with friends. What's up? Yeah, yesterday I celebrated with my mom and my aunt and my nephew. So we just my mom made some steaks and stuff like that, and it was delicious. And we had some cake, so it worked out. It was good. Thank you, Blank. Thank you, Bennett. Hey, what's up? No, I'm not already drunk. Nah, I had a little bit of wine with dinner. That's about it. Hola, mi amigo. What's going on there? What's going on there, Mr. You're laughing at the Padres. All right, I'm gonna hold you to that. There, I'm gonna hold you to that. What's up, Evan? Jacob? Yeah, prepping the yeah. You stupid. Movie theaters open in my. Oh yeah, but there's nothing to play. There's no movies. There's no new movies. I mean, I guess you go watch Tenet. That's about it. Jeez. Did you get? Yeah, yeah, I did. I got my social distance lap dance, and I instead of doing this with dirty dollar bills, I had to I Venmo'd. I was like, deet, 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 deet. I just took my phone. And I was just Venmoing. I was Venmoing that. Yeah. Zing. That's the way it is. You just gave me a video idea. Just kidding. Maybe. Fuck yeah. Well, it looks like the Lakers are going to be doing it tonight. It looks like, it's 108-97 right now. So, okay. See the Max. It's nice to see Max drawing up what? Oh yeah. Yes. Mr. Batsy. And that's what I was going to say. Maxie Batsy, Mr. Batsy. For my birthday, he sent me this design right here that, I actually, I suck because I forgot to upload the beginning of it. I got to change the intro to put in the new logo, but yeah, he gave me he sent over this design. I put it, of course, as the watermark of the video, but here's the design right here. Really awesome stuff. I mean, he just comes in my DMs and goes, "Hey, I drew you something," and I was like, "Okay," and then bam, shows that. It's freaking awesome, man. So awesome. So I was just totally blown away by that. I get blown away big time by these designs and stuff. So really good stuff. So thank you, Mr. Soups Batsy, Mr. Batmax, with your Max for designing that. And let's see, Mr. Fear Jason also sent me a design too for Film Junkee Live using one of my favorite bat logos, of course. He sent me this guy right here. So I'll probably utilize that, put that in the background a little bit too. But yeah, of course, that's he knows that's my favorite little bat logo. I mean, some yeah, I just love. I don't know. I just love that 89 bat logo with the 3 spiked tail. It's just so weird, and different, and unique. So we got that right there too. So thank you guys for supplying with the stuff like that, Mr. Fear Jason. Appreciate it, man. I'm getting a drink on tonight, sir. Cheers to that. Cheers to all of that. So yeah, appreciate you guys doing that. Yo, yeah, Mr. Stallone fan is here. Yes, Mr. Stallone fan, you're there. Yo, everybody's saying yo. Dave Zilla, yes. Yep, I am king of the monsters. What can I say? You're lagging? Oh, it's lagging on the phone again? I don't know what to do about that. It's not my fault. It's all gravy on the laptop here on the feedback. On the so what's going on, Darren, Mr. Laugh Now, Cry Later. What's going on, sir? How you doing? Saw that on Vera. Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. People, it's always pretty surreal when people make like fan art. I'm like, what the hell? Who am I? I don't know who I am. Yeah, but no, it's cool. It's really good stuff, especially when you draw stuff up like that. What's going on, Eric? How you doing? We have an Chris Evans or Ray Park energy today. Yeah, no dicks tonight. No dicks tonight, guys. What's going on, Niner fan? Okay, so you're good. Okay, so try to refresh, I guess, according to Bennett. If you're on the mobile phone, go ahead and refresh because I don't know. Like I said, I mean, it's looking good. It's looking good through StreamYard and the feedback on both YouTube and YouTube and let's see, YouTube and Twitch as well. So everything looks good right there. So we'll see what happens. So hopefully it's not too bad. Yeah, no spider wang tonight. I was just about to say that, Nate. I was looking at the Twitch stream and I'm like, it looks like it's almost whiter, but I think they just kind of do something. I don't know. It's pretty cool though. But yeah. Anyways, so no spider wang tonight. That was such a disaster. Okay, so get this, guys. So obviously that happened. So I was like, all right, I'll just edit the live feed. Obviously you could rewatch the live stream. So I'll just edit it and put a little blur. But I was like, you know what? That's risky. And that's such a pain in the ass too. I mean, I swear to God, YouTube's editor is it's shit. It's shit. When you try to edit something through YouTube, it's shit, and then it takes like an hour to process. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to risk this because if someone reports that video and they go and look at it, I'm done. I'm done. I'm dinged. I don't know what would happen exactly, but I know I'd probably be banned for a little bit or something. I don't know. So then I was like, all right, I'll download the stream and then edit it out. And I did that, deleted the stream, and then I re-uploaded. Guess what I did? Just like, I've done with like my trailer, I re-uploaded the raw footage. I didn't upload the edited footage. Jesus Christ. Couldn't believe it. I was like, oh shit. So then I was wondering too, because when I re-uploaded it, it was so quick. Like the file was not as, wasn't as big. And then I was like, it really didn't make sense. But I was like, damn, what the hell? Did my internet connection just get better all of a sudden? And then sure enough, so I had to re-upload and it took like a half an hour because I got goddamn Spectrum that it's not that quick. I miss Frontier. I had Fios at one point. I had Fios when I was at my last place and everything uploaded so fast. Should have edited out. Yeah, that would have been funny. Yeah, put Whedon's face on there. That would have been hilarious. Yeah, I know you could yeah, I get that. But the thing is though, it's like, I think YouTube could, and I did do that, but it was going to take like an hour to process. I didn't want to risk it. And what if YouTube goes, if they decide somebody reports it and YouTube decides to look at the footage and be like, oh, wow, this played live, or I don't know. I just didn't want to risk it. It's whatever, so I just re-uploaded as a regular video. And, I lost, of course, a bunch of views with it, but it's whatever. It happens. But, I just got to be careful when I'm scrolling through that shit again, when I'm scrolling through Twitter. I was gonna scroll through stuff right now, actually, not just my own Twitter, not like random Twitter, but what was I gonna scroll? I was gonna show you guys. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna show you guys. I had to show you guys because I mean, you know, after he was on the Real Emotion podcast during DC Fandom, you know, he became an honorary member of the 40 Club. Cheers to that. Wow. Oh man, I forgot to put my background back. Oh man, look at that. That is hilarious. Whoops, there you go. All right. So yeah. So Mr. Zack Snyder himself worth 40 million. Look at that. Look at this. It was meant to be, guys. It was absolutely meant to be. Now, when it comes to Google and looking up net worths, I mean, it's always a little sketchy, but Mr. Craig right here, he posted this, and it was just too fucking funny. Like, really? Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, love to see it. Oh man. Oh, you missed it, Churro Ninja. Yeah, I had a little mishap. We made it happen. Ben. We made it freaking happen. Woo, that is hilarious. And you know what's funny? What did I say, guys? Remember during the live stream, Mr. Mark Hughes was talking about the whole 90% and how, you know, the actual money. Is it me? I'm blocked. I don't have the screenshots. But from what I gathered, he backtracked. He backpedaled on that a little bit, didn't he? Remember when I said, I was like, oh, he's wrong. I said that. I was like, yeah, I'm like, I know he's wrong. No big deal. I don't care. I mean, if you believe him or not, it's like, who fucking cares at this point? You know, we know that Snyder got 70 million, probably 70 million plus to finish the damn thing. It shouldn't even be a fucking, it shouldn't even be a discussion at this point anymore. But yeah, I mean, it's so just the fact. And what's funny too is like we've talked so many times like, okay, that thing's gonna get at least doubled. You know, if we're talking 30 to 40 million. Oh, damn it. Okay. Damn. Okay, Mr. Scott. Oh, you got me a little bit right now. Just saying, because you know, I got a Vero notification, so I got a little hole because you know I sent over the link, but you know, and I got a Vero notification. I was like, oh no. But anyways, so yeah, he deserves all that money. Whedon is worth 100 million. What? Did it actually say that? It actually says Whedon is worth 100 million. Well, it's because of the two Avengers movies. That's what it is. It's sketchy when you find out like the net worth. It's just, I don't even know how they. I mean, I guess they just look at everything. I guess I don't know. No, Whedon cannot be. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like that. That'll go down. Yeah. If you work for Disney and Marvel, you're going to be, I mean, I'm sure where's James Gunn at? I wonder where he's at. You know, look up James Gunn and see where he's at. We could do a whole live stream on looking up people's, let's get his tax return too. Yeah. Now Snyder, and you got to realize too, Snyder, how much is Deborah worth? Deborah's probably worth a lot too. They're probably both worth like that same amount. Both of them together are probably over 100 million. I don't know. But you know, that's what it's all about. That's relationship goals right there. to be net worth of Gunn's 50 million. Yeah, it's because of those Avengers movies. What are the Russo? I wonder what the Russo brothers are probably worth a shit ton because obviously they're the reigning champs when it comes to shit. So Snyder's the richest by heart. Yeah, exactly. It's not about the money. It's about the person. Okay, it's about the person. The net worth of people listed online is always see, there you go. Just Mr. Colbert right there for the assist. Yeah, it's always very sketchy when it comes to that stuff, especially with Google, it seems. I know there's like dedicated websites that actually like they try to break it down as much as possible. So yeah, so I mean it's always just he's just there you go. His net worth is priceless. He's a priceless individual. That's what it is. That's what he is, 100%. There you go. See, we got Steven right here because it's just based on how much their known assets are, and without access to a lot more financial info, you have no idea the debts. Yeah, exactly. For all we know, Whedon is like in major debt right now. Because he's paying off them lawyers. And paying off, other people too. Jeez. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah. So that's pretty funny though. But it was just funny that it said 40 million. It was like it was meant to be. It was like it was meant to be. See, look at that. See, he's right there. He's happy to be part of the 40 million club. Somebody take a screenshot. We good? Someone took a screenshot of that? Okay, good. Just saying. Somebody take a screenshot of that right there. Come on. That's hilarious. Yeah. He's happy to be part of this 40 million club right there. Cheers. Cheers to that. It's good stuff. But what else did I talk? Well, apparently he talked to the TPZ guys tonight. They posted a screenshot of a Zoom meeting, so that's why I was like, I better send over the link. He's already got his camera set up, guys. Maybe he'll pop in. I don't know. One of these days, like I said, like I said, if I actually want to have a scheduled stream with him, to be honest. I mean, a pop-in's fun. It's cool. It's relaxed. It's whatever. But I actually want to have like a one-on-one, full-on interview. And I think we should make that interview we should have it a charity event too. Everybody can donate, and all the donations will go to AFSP and everything. So one of these days, when he's like going to be really making the rounds, maybe talking about the Snyder Cut, Zack Snyder's Justice League, when he's really doing all that, when he's really making the rounds, hopefully I can get him to do that, and we'll do like a charity show or something like that. That'd be awesome. It definitely would be awesome. I'm only joining the stream if you eat a whole pineapple pizza. Well, if that's what it takes, then fucking A. I'll need a lot of soda pop, a lot of soda, a lot of sody pop, and a barf bucket. Yeah, I'll need a trash can to barf in. What's going on, Mick? Hey, you know what, man? I mean, you got more of the connection. Just let them know. Let them know. I send him the link. As maybe not every week. You know what I realized? I don't think he would join a stream that would have the title with any drama that happened with Justice League. I don't think he would join that stream. So I kind of realized that. I'm like, okay, Snyder would not join a stream if we're talking about the Ray Fisher stuff and blah, blah, blah. He's not going to join that stream. But if you just do a normal stream, like tonight, it's more like a birthday stream. We're going to get Meg in here in a little bit and, do a one-on-one with her. She's been on the panel. She's been with the Nerd Queens, but now we're going to have her just one-on-one, and we'll talk about it. What's going on, Clay? Hey, Mr. Shucking, what's going on, sir? How you doing? Still doing those street card tricks, magic tricks that I still like. I swear, it's that the hand is quicker than the eye. I mean, I don't know how you do some of that. I don't know how you do that. You better have him on first. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I'm saying, Jose. One-on-one. Like, I don't want a panel just yet. I want to have a one-on-one and just talk to the guy, talk to him about all kinds of stuff. Not like, just have a full-on interview. Not just talk about the Snyder Cut and Justice League. Talk about a lot of things. What inspired him, what do all this stuff. So, but, yeah, it'll be like a one-on-one. Then I would bring in a panel if and I'm sure he'd be down to talk to a little panel, that would be cool. That would be absolutely cool. But anyways, I should probably get my guest in here. It's been about 20 minutes that I'm talking to you guys. Would be awesome if Zach hops on the stream. Yeah, I know, right? Oof. That'd be better than the lap dance we'll talk about ice cream. Well, I appreciate it. All right. Let me get Meg in here so we can do a one-on-one with her, because we haven't done a one-on-one yet. Where am I at here? Jesus Christ. Oh shit. I don't even have it pulled up. Crap. That's not good. All right. Hold on a second, guys. Stupid laptop. You're supposed to, what the hell? Okay, hold on. Like, where am I at here? StreamYard. Okay, there we go. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and invite her right now. Invite guest. But yeah, no, but yeah, when it comes to hey, how about that coronavirus, huh? Me and Melania, we contracted the corona. We're doing good. Don't worry, it's gonna be okay. Okay, it's all right. For all I know, I probably already pooped it out. Yes, I already pooped it out. It's all out of my system because like, I don't know if you guys remember. I don't know if you remember. Remember when I got checked out by the doctor? They said I was perfect. I'm impervious. Okay. I'm wondering about that test. I think it was a false positive. Crazy, right? Jesus Christ. Crazy. Crazy. After everything. I mean, 2020 can go no other way. No other way. Okay. No other way. Of course, Trump was going to get it. Remember, I told you guys, I thought Biden would get it or claim to get it just to get out of the debates. Because, but then all of a sudden Trump gets it and it was like, of course he gets it. Of course, and for all we know, he's full of shit. I don't know what's going on with all this. It's all weird. It's all crazy and weird, man. It's just, but it's like, of course it was going to happen. Of course that was going to be the case. It's just hilarious to me. It really is hilarious to me. But that's just the way it is. But, he's going to end up, it's going to be fine. He'll be fine. I know he's like going to some military medical center. It's whatever. I mean, it just sucks because it's like, the COVID should not be politicized, but it is, and then of course, my timeline was constantly full of wear your mask, wear your mask, wear your mask. It's like, okay, we get it. Okay. Anybody who doesn't want to wear the mask is not going to get convinced by a Twitter post. Okay. They're not. So, but everybody of course wants to, has to like, put it out there, wear the mask, put it in their name and stuff like that, because it's become such a virtue signal. It's like, it shouldn't be a virtue signal. Shouldn't be politicized, wear your mask, because I mean, when you wear your mask, it's for other people, not for you necessarily, because, it's for you not to spit on somebody. It's not about spittle, So I don't know. I just hate that it's gotten so politicized. It's dumb. Twitter, what's funny too? He did a video talking about how he's okay. And he wasn't looking as orange as he used to. I'm not sure if like, ever since he got it, ever since he got it, like he just hasn't done his self-tanning shit yet, but I don't know. That could be it. But yeah, it could go no other way. 2020 could go no other way when it comes to where we are and stuff like that. Just crazy stuff. It's just, but it was just hilarious because I was working on something. I was working on something last night, and I think I was working on my shirt or something. Yeah, I was working on and then all of a sudden I go back on Twitter and I hear that, and then I read that Trump and Melania got it, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me! Of course, I'm like, I just started cracking up. I'm like, of course that's what's gonna happen. But just wear your mask when you're going out and blah blah blah. Of course. There's no places that allow people without masks. Okay. Oops. I need to learn how to type. All right, let's get it. Oh, shit. I always do that. Damn it. Oh, of course. What the hell? Come on, you stupid thing. Hold on, guys. I'm like a mess tonight. I'm a mess. I'm a fucking mess. All right, there we go. Should be good now. We're good. Moving on. Yeah, we're not talking about that stuff anymore. Okay, we're gonna be talking about nerdy shit. We're gonna be talking about nerdy shit because Miss Wonder Meg is here. What's up?
Hey.
What's up? Yeah, I was getting in too much into the hot Donald Trump talk. I don't think we want to do that.
Something happened with Donald Trump today?
No. Yeah, did you hear? Yeah. You didn't hear? Like, he's less tan. He's less orange than he usually is. He's a little pale now, apparently. So, but no, actually, but what did happen today that I actually was going to bring up, I mean, that people were more concerned about is Rick Moranis got punched randomly.
What the fuck?
I know. Who does that? That you know what was funny about that? What I thought about that was like, whoever the guy is that punched Rick Moranis, he not only pissed off the United States, he pissed off Canada as well too, because he's a Canadian treasure as well. I mean, my God. But anyways, what's going on, Meg? How you doing?
I'm good.
Good. What you drinking? Are you drinking water?
No, I have whiskey.
Okay, good. Okay, I saw the water bottle and I was like, oh. I was like, man, I was disappointed. But cheers. Good. Welcome to the Vodka stream.
Thanks.
Now you've been on before, of course, but you've been on the panel and you came on with the Nerd Queen. So now you're the featured guest. You should feel special about that.
Oh my God.
I know. Look at that. Jeez. take a screenshot of that. But yeah. So I'm going to mention this on top of the one-on-one here is Meg and I have we've come up with a pop exchange program, guys.
Yes.
So ever since I shown interest in pops, and obviously we know that she has, I don't know if it's an interest or an obsession with pops. Obviously we can see the ones behind you. We've actually started exchanging because, she lives in like Mulberry somewhere, out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. And, I live in California, so I'm like, there's multiple places around here that could have some pops that maybe she can't find. But we've actually exchanged pops. And actually, for my birthday, she got me this beautiful one today. Oh, look at that. So now she's also gotten me, when you guys saw the Bruce Wayne with the Justice League Batarang, she got me that one. As well as the Flash and the Flash guy and the 89 Batman. Now she has, I know. Now she has some headed her way. Now you guys got to realize it's hard to find pops that she doesn't have. You actually have to make sure. Wait, do you have this one? Do you have? Which she has them all, and you must be proud of me too because. There's this one too that I have not taken out of the box.
Thank God.
See, she gets she of course doesn't take any out of the box. I take them all out of the box because I'm like, I want to I want to do this, and I'm a little brat when it comes to this stuff. But when it comes to this one, this is also the 89 Batman, but he has his fists up. Okay, and you know how hard it is not to take it out of the box because I want to prop him up with the Joker or something with his fists up. But apparently it's an exclusive one or it's a more rare one. But yeah, so be proud of me. I didn't take it out. I am
very proud.
I know. You know how I'm resisting. I want to do it live right now. So, jeez, I'm gonna just rip it apart. But yeah, so she has a couple of pops that I found that she doesn't have, which is, if you could believe that. Headed her way that she'll get, I don't know, sometime, whenever the hell, we live I don't know, you live in Michigan, I live in California. It's 3,000 miles apart or something like that. So it'll get there eventually. But I know, a live unboxing. There you go.
Don't fucking take it.
See, look at that. She look at her. She's sweating.
I had specific instructions.
Yeah. She actually said, don't open this one. But she put, haha, just kidding. But she's not kidding.
I wasn't kidding.
Wasn't kidding. It was one of those and I'm like, damn it. But it's fine because I got this guy at least. I got the original 89 Batman with a Batarang, which is not as cool, but it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I like the golden armor Wonder Woman, which is pretty damn cool. They're gonna be coming out with one where she's riding the lightning, right?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Barnes & Noble exclusive.
See, look at can you pre-order it? Have you ordered it yet or what?
No, it's New York City Comic Con, so I gotta wait.
That sucks. And then today too, they see if I could pull it up here. They showed a new Superman, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I mean, it's just funny how I had pops. I've had pops, but it wasn't into it as much as I am now. I don't know why. Now all of a sudden I'm like, oh wow, there's a Dwight pop with a mask.
I mean, it doesn't really help that I send you pictures all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, look at this one. Hey, look at that one.
Yeah, look at this one right here. There's a Dwight Schrute pop with a mask on.
Oh, that's cool.
What the hell? Oh my Lord. Yeah.
Pops
Oh,
are so
that's pretty
Oh
cool.
my god. Is it
Oh,
flocked?
yeah. What's flocked mean?
It means it's fuzzy.
What?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
like
so that's
fuzzy.
real hair.
No, not real
Oh,
hair. What the
well,
fuck?
not like real hair, but it's like actual, like it's not plastic hair.
Yeah, it's not plastic. It's
Okay,
like feels like felt.
okay. I didn't think it was the actual hair that they got from like a creature or something. Look at this. What the hell? That's awesome.
Oh,
I want that.
wow.
Look at
That's
that.
cool.
That
Yeah,
is
like Walmart's doing their own convention, so you can pre-order a lot
Yeah,
of
what the
these.
hell's going on with this creep show? Oh my god, they got a
They
creep show.
have Dumb and Dumber
Yes, I
ones
saw the Dumb and Dumber ones. Look at
but
this.
it's their Walmart ones. You can pre-order them right now. They're in their snowsuits.
There's the Superman right there. Look
Oh, I
at that.
need that. 10 inches.
Whoosh, yeah, easy. Let's not, man. It's not going to be that kind of show. I mean, like a Film Junkie Live.
I mean, you had
accidentally
a dick on your
know.
last live, so
Yeah, seriously, man, that was a mistake. But no, this is cool because I love the fact that it's metallic looking.
yeah, Metallica's cool.
Yeah, Metallica is cool. Oh, we're talking about the band? Yeah.
Both,
Okay.
yeah. See
Yeah.
there, right there.
Look at that. Oh, geez. Come on. He's got the money in his hand.
I know.
Oh my God, man. It's just crazy how many pops there are. Of course, the Office pops right there, which I want all of those.
Yeah.
Well, look at this guy.
That looks so dope.
Oh my God. Exclusive on Amazon.
Yeah.
Man. And then they went buck wild on Hocus Pocus.
Oh. I need that
a little
one.
mouth. Usually they don't
I
put
know.
mouth.
Yeah.
Usually they don't put mouths on these, but they put the little mouth on Bette Midler, of course. That's hilarious. Hocus Pocus. I haven't seen that movie in freaking years, but yeah, they got all those.
There's some movie theaters that are opening
Here's that
here.
one.
Oh my God.
That's pretty. That's awesome. Look at that hair. Look at that hair.
Look at the lightning.
I know. She's riding the lightning.
I'm gonna get like 6 of those.
Okay, can you send me one? But here's the Dumb and Dumber line right here. They got the fucking, the shaggin' wagon.
Look at his little bowl on his head.
I know. They got all of it, man. I mean, my God.
So
Jeez.
cool.
That's so cool. But anyways, so I still got that up. Sorry. Live unboxing. Yeah, Nate wants me to unbox that really very
as
much.
long as you put it back, it's fine.
I'm not gonna. I know, because there will be documented evidence that I actually took it out of the box.
I'm sure you've already taken it out.
No, I haven't. I've resisted. Trust me.
I'm
like
sure.
I was like, I was shaking a little bit, because I like to hold them and be like, hey, look at that guy. Look at his big head.
I take them out to look at them, but
and then you put them back.
Yeah, I put them back.
Oh, look at that! See see the value's gone down.
That's okay.
What would you say your most valuable pop is?
Oh no, I don't know. I have like a lot of the Game of Thrones ones are like pretty valuable because they're like older and they're vaulted, so you can't get them. It means like they don't remake them, like they don't like make more.
Wow.
So probably actually I can check. They have an app.
You have an app? Oh wow, they have a.
Yeah, that's how I know exactly how many I have.
Of course. I mean, it makes sense because I remember when I was younger, I used to collect baseball cards, and there was like the Beckett manual that you could look up the value of your baseball cards. Of course, baseball cards aren't like valuable now anymore, but at one point.
Let's see. I have my Boba Fett from Emerald City Comic Con is $180.
Whoa!
I know.
Watch out! But you'll never cash them in, of course. Yeah, exactly. But but doesn't it like? See, what I like about it is like I got a new shelf coming, and I'm
gonna need it.
Yeah, and I'm like. I like to place them in certain spots, See, when they're in the box, it takes up too much space.
No, here's the thing: is you put them all together in like the specific collection they're in, and all the boxes all together. They just look so cool.
I see that when I go to the comic book shop, that's the way they're stacked, and it's kind of like it's funny because they'll stack them up like 5. Like on top of each other. And I'm like, of course I want the Doc Brown that's at the very bottom. So I have to slide it out ever so carefully.
Yeah.
Make sure it doesn't tumble, break the wall of pops. But
I can see you doing that.
Oh yeah, I've dropped them before.
Oh yeah, me too. I was at the mall the other day and I dropped one and it fucked it up. So I put it back and I got another one.
Oh, how dare you?
I know. No one saw me.
My mom. Everybody say hi to Mama Film Junkee. Thank you. Thank you, Mom. Appreciate it. Love you. She made steak last night. Steak and rolls and salad, and then we had some chocolate cake. And good times. Good times. Mama, don't say Mama Junkee. Mama Film Junkee. That just doesn't sound right, Jay. Come on now. Come on. Yeah, it is like Jenga. It really is when they're stacked up like that. When did your pop addiction, obsession, whatever you want to call it, when did it actually show up? Or like when did you start collecting pops?
2015, I think. 15 or 16. And I bought 2 Game of Thrones pops, and then I bought a Kylo Ren, and then I just kept going.
Jeez, it's just I know there is something about it. There is something about it where it's like once you like get them, and then the fact of like all the different kinds. I mean, obviously the superhero ones are like the biggest. A lot of them. But when I see all the different movie ones, I just go, oh my god, they have a killer clown from outer space. Oh my god, and I'm like, I start freaking out. I'm like, they make pops for like, the Dumb and Dumber ones. I'm like freaking out over. I'm like, I want to get all of those.
I know.
But that's what's cool about it. It's like, and they even have ones for like, your favorite rock star or something like that. It's
they even have like the president and shit too. It's so crazy.
They have like presidents, past presidents. I saw ones for like Reagan and like Jimmy Carter and stuff like that.
It's so weird.
I'm like, I don't really need that. I'm gonna stick with the movie and nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
And then some of them get really creative. Like the Slimer one I have is awesome. I mean,
the one with the hot dogs in his mouth.
Yes.
Yeah, my mom has that one.
And then, of course, I love the Doc Brown that I have. He's got the memory or like the mind reading helmet, and he's holding up the schematic for the flux capacitor. I'm like, just the little details like that. That's what I love. I love the little details that can go into some of these.
And they've come so far, like because
sure
the old ones, they all had like the same body shape. There's like no detail really, and like now it's just crazy. Like
now the detail, and then some of them just become, they're just bobblehead, like the Deadpool one. It's like, oh, let's just make them a bobblehead.
I don't like the bobble ones.
You don't like the bobble? Yeah, no. My Mandalorian is also.
It's all like Star Wars and Marvel are the ones that do that, and
none of the DC ones, huh? Yeah, because and I got that the Han Solo Frozen in Carbonite, and he's all, and even his head also moves a little bit. I'm like, why? You don't need it.
What's the point?
Yeah, I was kind of, when I open it up, I'm like, this is also a bobblehead type. I'm like, that's strange.
Yeah,
but whatever. I guess they like the bobblehead. People are still talking about the spider penis. Come on, the spider penis still online.
Hey, at least they're not talking about pineapple pizza.
That's true. They were talking about that earlier when.
Oh shit. I missed it.
Yeah, when fake Zack Snyder was in here, he said like the only way that he was going to join the live stream is if I eat an entire pineapple pizza. And I said I would. If that was actually Zack Snyder and that was the case, I would. But I would need like a lot of soda and a puke bucket.
Puke bucket? It's not that bad.
Yes, it is. It's that bad.
You're so dramatic. It's not that bad.
It does not belong on a pizza. Come on.
It does.
No, I can't. I don't eat pineapple. I mean, pineapple juice is fine, but it's a little too sweet. But I don't know. It's just crazy. But what was I going to talk about? Speaking of Zack Snyder, what are your thoughts on all like the zombie verse? Basically, obviously they released the entire cast.
Yeah.
All the voices that are going to be part of the anime show. How are you feeling about that?
I'm really excited. I think like the zombie like genre was like so like
played out.
Yeah. And I think if anyone can like not bring it back, but like make it cool again, it's Zach. I'm excited. It's cool to see.
It's cool again. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited though. I feel like I almost like the cast of the animated one more than I like the cast of like the live action.
Well, I mean, a lot of people like, that he's worked with for. You got Harry Lennox, you got two Sucker Punch alumni, Jenna Malone and Vanessa Hudgens coming back. And Christian Slater, Joe Manganiello. I mean,
I was so shocked when I saw Christian Slater on there. I was like, really? Okay.
Like, what's that guy doing? Yeah,
I know.
I know he's still been there. He was in I still haven't watched Mr. Robot. I need to get on top.
I haven't either.
Yeah, I heard that show is like pretty amazing. I know he showed up in that, like, I think season 2 or something like that. But Christian Slater's still out there. But it was very random. I'm like, who's he gonna play? I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see where they go. And the fact that Jay Oliva is directing these, the animated series and everything, and the fact that what I brought up in my video when I talked about it is his tweet says, is one of my many projects, awesome projects. He said one of mine. I'm like, what are the others?
I know.
we know that the Norse god thing is like another, but there's got to be other things too. Did he tell you anything at Justice Con? I see you're wearing the
yeah, he told us everything. So
shit. See?
I know.
We're missing out on everything. You got to realize, when it wasn't live, Meg and the Nerd Queens, they got all the dirty scoops that they're.
Yeah, we even got to see the Snyder Cut, everything.
Oh yeah, she's already seen it, guys. Yeah, you got to realize. She's already told me everything about it. She spoiled everything for me.
Yep.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, turns out the entire Justice League gets COVID at the end. It's weird. Like, it sucks. They are bedridden for like 2 weeks, quarantine, and they're all just sitting there playing board games and Jenga. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
What it is.
It's a weird twist, huh?
Yeah, you wouldn't have expected it to end like that, but that's the way it's gonna be. No, but like, speaking of Justice Con, how does it feel? Like, man, how long ago was that? It feels like it was just yesterday.
I know, it really does. Like, I found my shirt because I'm super lazy and I literally still am unboxing things from moving. And I was like, I should probably wear this. This is the first time I've ever worn it. So, but when I saw it and I was like, man, that was it wasn't that long ago, but it was at the same time.
Well, this whole year.
Yeah, I know.
This whole year is just like, I don't even know, it's my birthday yesterday. And I'm like, really? Oh yeah, that's right. Birthday, whatever, it's everything is so strange. I mean, a lot of people were talking about how, May 20th is when it got announced. And it was just like, well, I think the reason why people are talking about it, because I don't know, there's certain individuals, I don't get this fandom sometimes. Certain individuals were making it seem like Henry Cavill just endorsed, because he just recently, I actually retweeted your tweet earlier today. Cavill actually talked about the Snyder Cut and how he's supporting it and how it's the filmmaker's story and blah, blah, blah. So that's nice of him, but it's like, well, Cavill was actually there with the announcement.
People are so fucking annoying. It's like they want him. They're mad because he didn't say anything, and now they're mad because he said something.
It's like,
what the fuck?
I know, you can't win.
It's like these people just want to fight something. It's so annoying.
Well, yeah, I've noticed that too. I've actually literally seen the term BVS wars. Yeah. Apparently we were like how Anakin and Obi-Wan fought in the Clone Wars. Apparently we all fought in the BVS wars. I'm like, I'm like, fucking get offline. It's Twitter. Like, it could be
stupid.
I know. It could be, it could get a little mentally exhausting.
Oh,
like, because I mean, I guess my big time BVS, I don't know, that wasn't even a BVS war. I guess my biggest war, Snyder Cut war, was like when I told people like, he's not going to be at that one Comic-Con. And then all of a sudden it was like, fuck you. And I was just like, whoa. And then he wasn't. And I'm like, what? I told you guys. And then, fuck you again. For saying that. I'm like, what the? Jeez. Yeah, it could be a little exhausting, but it's like
extremely.
Yeah, so but it's like stupid. All you have to do is just you just do this and close that, and then
it's so sad because there's like people like they can't do that, like they can't just stay off and they can't just argue with someone. It's so sad. Yeah. Like imagine like your whole online presence is just like being a piece of shit to other people.
Yeah, I mean that's sadly where we're at. I mean, the internet was really a mistake when it comes to certain things. I mean, just yesterday, I even said that. I'm like, the internet was a mistake because somebody was like literally said that 95% of this Snyder cut, the Snyder cut fandom supports child pornography.
Yeah, guys, we're just a bunch of fucking pedos.
Yeah. Everybody in the chat, guess what? You bunch of pervy bastards.
What? Yeah, I don't understand that. But that's the same person that said that they were going to cut Zach off because he didn't speak out against cuties. So.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, because he works for Netflix. It's
because if you work for Netflix, that means you worked for cuties.
I mean, you could go as far as like, if you have an internet connection, you support.
You know what? If you breathe oxygen, you're a fucking pedo.
Yeah, so. Apparently. Jesus Christ. I know. When I saw that, I was so confused by it because somebody actually tagged both of us in a tweet. And when I read the initial tweet that they were quote tweeting and responding to, I was like, what the fuck? I mean, I was at my mom's house at the time too. She was probably wondering like why I was like distracted, like because I just happened to look. I'm like, and I was like so confused.
I know.
And yeah, I mean, there's just, I mean, it's very, and when you actually looked at this person, I mean, I was like, okay, it makes sense because she very far right person, very far right, very conservative, probably diehard, probably very religious. So it's like when you get into the grounds of extreme right or left, because both have come at me before on Twitter, they're just batshit crazy. I mean, there was like the one that was threatening because I wouldn't, donate to BLM or something like that, and they were going to threaten me and Swenson with like mass reporting that we have pedo again with the pedo shit.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with these? Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's like the hot button thing is like you just say pet, you call somebody a pedo now. It's like, there you go. It's like, oh, look at that. You liked the tweet from somebody who was underage. Oh shit, you're a pet. What? I don't know. It's all insane. It's all crazy, but but yeah, when you see stuff like that people tweet, I mean, it's very interesting, but I think
especially like when I see people tweet at you, it's like, what the fuck? Grow up. Like if I see that clip of you giving Justice League a good review one more time, I'm gonna fucking go off.
Oh yeah, that happened again too this week. And what's funny too is like I actually decided to respond.
I know.
And I just basically acted like the person that they made me out to be.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I decided, I was like, you know what? Today I'm just gonna act like the person that they think I am. And it was funny too because it totally took any kind of power they had, and they had nothing. When I was just like, oh yeah, I was like, oh yeah, this is what I totally thought. This is what I totally think. I was like, oh, this wasn't recorded in 2017. This was recorded last week.
I know. And someone was like, was this recent? And you're like, yeah, it was yesterday. Or
yeah, I was like, yeah, I recorded this. What are you talking about? This is exactly how I feel. And I just said, yeah. And it totally took the power. And I'm like, all right, that's the approach they take with these morons. But I mean, what was your initial reaction when you saw?
I liked it, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Like at the time, I know. Whew, I'm canceled. Yeah. See you guys. No, I liked it for like a little bit, and then of course, you see things online and more things come out, and I was like, man, maybe I didn't actually like it as much as I thought because this sounds way cooler than what I saw. Yeah. And I only saw it once I went with my parents and then like a few of my friends. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny too because I mean, I really wish I could just go back in time and be like, just say it, because I mean, I fluffed it up. I mean, I've said the stories many times.
And we all did. We all pretended to like it more than we did. And if you say you didn't, you're a fucking liar.
Yeah, I mean, the sheer, God, I still remember when I fought to get the pre-screening, the press screening. I fought to get it. And I worked it all out where I saw it that Monday before it came out. And so, I got off work early, drove out to Burbank and, was super excited and blah, blah, blah. And then, everybody on Twitter was like, I can't wait to see your first reaction. Can't wait. I mean, just feel that. And I'm like thinking, oh, yeah, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I'm going to give him a nice little good first reaction. And then, I mean, walking out of there, just feeling like I got gut punched. Yeah. And, I even turned to the guy. I said, they de-Snydered that, didn't they? And he was like, yeah. and And then I was like sitting in my car for like 10 minutes. I was like, what do I say? What do I say? And then it was funny too, because I remember people responding going, I can't gauge your reaction. They're like, did you like it or not? People actually said that. I actually need to go back to that first reaction view, because that you could see that I'm really holding back. I mean, when it came to the review, I fluffed big time. I mean, I literally was I grabbed that and fluffed it. Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, I just did that motion. Yeah.
I remember I was first in line. I was so fucking excited for this movie. I was first in line. I saved everyone a spot, front row. And then my friend Jake showed up and he was like, "Man, are you excited?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm excited." And he's like, "Oh, I hope the CGI mustache isn't very noticeable." And it was like right before it started like playing. And I was like, "What CGI mustache?" And then the movie starts. And then I was like, "Oh, so that's what you were talking about."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was yeah. That was when my smile just went.
Oh yeah. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with his face?
Because I mean, the biggest thing for me was like, I mean, I was like 6, 7, 8 months of defending, like, no, debunking.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way. You know, Batman on film, saying all this stuff, and I was like, fuck that guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And then I'm like, oh, these guys were right. You know, that's where I kind of like went, okay. But I mean, I will wholeheartedly admit that when I posted my review, because I was excited, like that I was part of an embargo. Ooh, I'm a part of the embargo, and I'm like, I can't shit on it. I can't. I'm gonna have to like wait. And I think I even said it in my review too. I'd have to go back. I said like, wait for my spoiler review. I have a lot more to say about this. You know, and then like shortly after, I think I even coined the phrase Zack Snyder's Justice League. Yeah, I remember like, I think it was like 2 or 3 days. I fucking went off. I finally was like, all right, I'm not holding back anymore. People are realizing that this shit, and I like went off and I said like, I'm like, if you're planning on seeing Zack Snyder's Justice League, that was not Zack Snyder's Justice League. And I was like, ooh, did I coin it right there? Come on, Zack, come on the live stream and tell me that I coined that for you. You watch my video.
Yeah.
You put it on the shirt. No, but no, it was I'll have to go back to that because I actually did a follow-up too when I was at the premiere. When I was at premiere, I couldn't get into like the stance of the premiere, so I was like overlooking it. There was like all these balconies because it was like at a plaza that had, you know, that was overlooking it, and I just kind of sat at a table because I was getting messages from Twitter going, did you like it or not? I can't tell by your first reaction. So I did a follow-up video, and I'll have to like watch that too. Maybe I'll do like a live watch or something like that. And I think I even said right there, like, I'll just wait for my reviews and we'll get to all that. And it's just funny how that is used against me to this day. And I'm like,
so
Jesus Christ,
stupid.
Guys.
It's so stupid. Like, I'm just glad that I didn't really use Twitter when it came out, because I don't feel like getting harassed for something that everybody said.
Yeah, seriously. But speaking of that, I mean, man, have you blown up since yeah, see, there it is. Look at that. Yeah, our head's huge now. Look at that,
so big, it barely fits in the frame.
Yeah, I know. Jeez, I had to like zoom out. No, just kidding. No, but like you've actually developed quite a fan base, and I will take a little bit of responsibility. I will a little bit, because when I brought you guys on to talk about Justice Con before it came on, I mentioned your voice, and I said that like you have a good voice for narrating and blah blah blah. I said something about that, and now a lot of people are like really all about that.
I know, right?
I know. I apologize. But hey, what can I say? Like when you and Ohio Dave did like the, I don't know, Man of Steel watch, or one of the Man of Steel watch or something like that, and you narrated it, and it was just kind of like, oh, that's what Meg sounds like, huh? Yep. And then I'm just saying, you got to play to your strengths.
I know, right?
A lot of people are, and I know you have a YouTube channel, but sometimes you kind of go, what do I do? What should I do a video about?
Yeah,
do you kind of struggle with stuff like that? Like you don't
all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
See, and that's see, look at that. See, you already got your simps here. They're all
thank you.
At that. They don't think you're gorgeous and stuff. No, I mean, I get it. It's hard to find a niche
Yeah.
To what to do on this stuff. I hear. I mean, even with me, I'm like, I'm constantly just trying to be like, what do I do? I don't know. I should, I'm always constantly. And I mean, I know when it comes to your pops, you do stuff about your pops. I mean, I think, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like when it comes to that, I mean, there's so many videos out there, so many people that do pop videos and stuff. But
and
I
it's
mean,
like you have to get the pops like right when they come out and do a video, because then if you don't, no one gives a fuck about it after that.
That's the thing too. I mean, that was one of the things with me when it came to leaks. Something leaked out. I'm like, I got to do a video real quick. I got to, even when I was at work, I got to do a video. I just do a little video, and it feels. I think the what I've learned like doing this is like when you develop an audience and people that want to follow you, they don't care how late you are with things. They just want to hear your opinion about something. And I realized that, and I'm like, that's what I'd rather have. I not to be the first one to get it and be like exclusive, I got it first and blah blah blah. I don't need to be the first one to get to the news or blah blah. I love the fact that when something comes out, I get a message sent to me. Hey man, what's what are your thoughts about this? And I'm like, well, I'll make a video on live stream. So I think you can't look at it like that. I think like if people want to hear what you have to say about a certain pop or a certain anything, just do it. It doesn't even really matter. I mean, just because your people, aka simps, are gonna, listen no matter. I know. I thought it was funny how Liz Wonder, when she was on, she had no idea what a simp was.
Oh, that poor woman.
Which she's got a ton. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. She's got God.
Oh my gosh. She's amazing.
Yeah, I know. Did you see her like in the white dress?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? How you were like,
it's not fair. Like she is just like, she's so kind and she's so like
funny.
Yeah, she's funny and she's just so talented, and she's fucking gorgeous. Yeah. It's like save some for literally everyone else.
I know. And she like just had a kid.
Yeah, literally.
And she was talking about like, oh yeah, and when she was talking about trying to get back into shape, I'm like, I think you popped right back into it. I mean, she has some guns, man.
Yeah.
She has guns. I was like, geez, I know. Like, yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, she's always welcome back. She's good to have in this community. For sure. And there's a lot of, I mean, you got you and the Nerd Queens, and you're doing I always forget what your live stream's called. I know it has mayhem in it.
It's called League of Mayhem. I think it was Nana's idea. Nana Arkle. Yeah, it wasn't. I can't take credit for that one. So.
Okay. No, I mean, how's that going? I mean, you guys have done a couple episodes. One of your people is probably going to show up later. I think Amanda's going to be coming on.
Yes.
Yeah, she's I love her. She's a character. She's a character. I'm telling you.
She's hilarious.
Yeah, she's hilarious. But how's that going?
It's good. We've done 2 episodes so far. Yeah. It's cool because we get to talk about things that like, I don't know, I wouldn't think of talking about. Like Joe brings up some really awesome topics. Yeah. And she just goes off, and it's like.
Yeah, I need to get her on here too.
Yes, you do.
She's a good speaker, and she's like, when she gets on something, she's just like, she's talk. And I like her. I like the way that she discusses about certain topics and how passionate she is. She's very passionate, and especially when it comes to the Ray Fisher stuff. Yeah, and she got to interview Ray too, which is pretty cool. Yeah. And I mean, I hope she gets to interview him again when, like, he gets to when he gets to finally like really sing and start talking about some of the stuff that's been happening. And so hopefully she gets that opportunity again, which I think she will. I think Fisher will definitely. I mean, when it came to JusticeCon, I mean, he praised all you guys, and he praised that.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
it was amazing.
That one stream you had with Swenson, with Shiraz, yeah,
that. When he did that, I think it was a live that he did like the day after.
Yep.
And like Nerd Queens and I were feeling a little shitty at that time.
Course. Yeah.
But like that video, like I cried, like when I was just like, oh my God, like I was upset because he had to say something. And I was upset because Ray Porter had to say something. It just felt I even like messaged them, and I was like, you shouldn't have had to, like, I'm sorry, you shouldn't have to say anything. I'm sorry, people are fucking idiots.
I mean that's the sad part about social media is like, no matter, I mean, I've said this before, is like, no matter what we can have overwhelmingly like positivity, but it's like it's so difficult to overlook the negative.
Yeah.
That's just like one of our weird like faults as human beings is like we concentrate too much on the negative when like it's like 99.9 positive, and then that 1.1%. I mean, that's with everything though.
I'm terrible with that too.
Yeah, like, I know. Everybody is.
Someone says something and just like ruins my day.
Yeah, don't let it ruin your day for sure.
I know.
Yeah, that's one of the things that like you shouldn't let it ruin your day. I mean, like I get to the point where I'm like, you know what, it's when people like I said, like when I took the approach of you know, I'm just gonna act like the guy that these guys are making me seem. Yeah, it was actually a lot of fun. You know, just try that approach.
Oh, I have so many like memes saved for when they come at me again, and I can't fucking. I almost want them to do it again, just so I can make them look stupid.
There it is. Yeah, I mean, like that. I mean, yeah. When it comes to trolls, it's like there's been times where like I'll get into like a heated thing, but it's just it just goes nowhere, and I feel gross afterwards.
And as soon as I hit reply, I feel like. I'm like, oh, I surely shouldn't have done that.
I'm like, why did I do that? Why? Yeah. After I've spent too much, like burned too many calories with somebody, I'm like, I feel like gross after it. But like the other day when I was just acting like the guy that they wanted me and just like kind of just joking around, I actually felt, I'm like, that was the right approach right there. I was like, that felt fun, you know? So, but we got Mr. Scott McClellan here cuddling with his Batman. Look at that. Rub it in. Look at that.
That's is so awesome. Cute.
I know. And it's plushy. It's fuzzy.
Yeah, get a room, you two.
Yeah, jeez.
Well, you know, it was Dave's birthday, so I had to buy something for myself.
And thank you, sir. Mr. Scott sent me this card right here that says, I'd give up my nuts to make sure you have a great birthday. And then it goes, let's hope it doesn't come to that. So we'll see how this ends. But thank you, Scott. I mean, the fact that you sent me a card, I mean, that shows you that Scott is old school right there. He's like, you know what? I'm going to send
cards are the best.
I was like, when I looked at it, I'm like, who the hell sent me a card? And then I looked, I'm like, oh, Scott, this guy. So thank you for that, Scott. I appreciate
everyone loves getting actual mail.
I know.
Physical stuff. Yes.
Physical stuff. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, in this digital world to get like, that's why it shocked me. I'm like, I thought it was like, oh, is it from my Nana? Is it from somebody, you know? And I was like, oh, it's from Scott. I'm like, a physical card. Look at that. Not just like
with a little stamp. We had a little stamp and everything.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, you know, everything. It took effort. All right. Yeah. Took effort. It didn't just take like happy birthday, you know, or something like that.
I'm sorry. There are people that I literally have to send like the little like Facebook wall posts with, and I just feel so cheap doing it.
Yeah.
Oh no, it does. It does feel. Yeah, it does. It doesn't feel like right. I mean, when it comes to certain things, I mean, but you know, Meg did too. I mean, she sent me, you know, physical stuff as well. So you know, you guys are both awesome in my book. You know, everybody else that's going to come on the panel. Oh, I know,
yes, baby.
Something cool.
She has it too. She has it too, of course.
No, watch this.
Oh
my God.
She has to one up you, of course.
No, of course she's gonna one up me. That's always gonna happen. Yeah. I all I know is that I bought that and I immediately went to HBO Max and put on my watch list that I need to go back and watch Crisis on Two Earths.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that, Dave?
I have not.
Oh, it's one of the animated movies. It was written by Dwayne McDuffie before he passed away. It was unofficially supposed to be a movie that bridged the gap between the Justice League animated series and Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah.
James Woods is the voice of Owlman. And there is that scene at the end with the fight between Batman and Owlman. And it's like one of the most Batman things that Batman has ever Batmaned.
Oh, man. Okay, well, that's all you have to say for me to watch it right now. So, yeah. All right. Mr. Stephen Colbert has also joined.
Steve. Okay. Sorry, where's Amanda?
Excuse me.
Where's Amanda?
She's on the other end of the room.
It's okay.
She was doing some work, but I think she'll jump on when she can. Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know, we're here for Amanda. It's just
we were.
You know, I'll come back when she's here. So, I'm just kidding.
No, we're just joking. What's up, Steven? How you doing?
Not much. I'm doing all right.
So your background keeps on changing. Like,
yeah, that's cool.
I love that one.
Yeah.
I made a chalkboard wall, and so I've been screwing around with it. It looks bad up close, but I was glad to see it looked okay on camera.
It does look good. I mean, you actually drew all that.
Yeah, you drew that?
Yeah, with one of these.
Wow.
So
That's
it's like the
pretty
first
good.
artistic thing I've done that's not digital in years. So I was glad that it didn't look absolutely horrendous. Otherwise, I would have had to do a lot of work erasing it before the stream started.
Yeah, right.
Man, how long did it take you to do that?
Like 20 minutes maybe.
What?
Fuck off.
And like get a closer look and you'll see it's not the resolution does not scale well.
I mean, I guess, but still, like from this angle, it looks pretty damn legit. Yeah. Wow.
Cool.
Who knew?
I appreciate it.
Yeah, Steven has some freaking chalk talent. Look at that.
Yeah.
Who knew?
I'm too busy just trying to stay awake. I don't have time
to be honest.
I don't have time to be chalk talented.
I mean, you didn't ask me what better ways I could have spent my time. So I have multiple projects that I should have been doing. Yeah, no, there were multiple things I was supposed to be doing instead. So like, yay me being productive and making all the gods design on my wall instead of the 5 other things I was supposed to be doing. The most productive I ever am is when I have stuff to do, but it's never the stuff that I'm supposed to do. Oh
God, yeah.
Right, yeah.
You want to know when the most cleaning gets done is when I'm trying to avoid doing something else.
Right.
Same.
Oh, and by the way, everyone, happy October.
Happy, I know. It doesn't feel like it in California. It was like 101 degrees today. Jesus.
It was 46 degrees here in Michigan today. And it was amazing.
Man, what about you, Steven? How cold was it where you're at?
Right now it's 47.
See,
yes, so good.
It's 82 degrees where I'm at right
fucking
now.
disgusting.
So you've got me curious. I got to see what 52.
52. So see, you guys got me beat by like at least 30 degrees. Oh man, California, gotta love it.
Yeah. But it was kind of nice though to start off October with that new Witches trailer for HBO Max, because I was sitting here going, "Hey, you gave me some Anne Hathaway to brighten my day."
She's looking pretty good in that trailer. You know what? And when it comes to the Witches, I mean, I didn't read the book. I know there's a book. You probably read the book, right?
Actually, I haven't. I actually went. There's this whole swath of children's literature that I started reading my dad's stuff in middle school. So like, there's this whole thing that I just skipped over because I started reading like Clancy and Grisham and Crichton and all that stuff. So I need to go back and reread some stuff. But I saw it on my break, so I walked to the school library. And it was like, oh, there it is, and I just checked it out from my place of employment. I was like, cool, free book. I'm gonna go take this home and read this weekend.
Nice. No, but but when I was a kid, I mean, I watched the original Angelica Houston movie like crazy. When I was a kid, and Rowan Atkinson, he's in there, and I mean, how do you guys have you guys seen it, Steven?
I have not seen this.
You guys have not seen it? Oh, Scott, I thought you had me. I had my back on this one.
What is it?
The Witches.
The Witches from 1990.
No. Oh my God.
Oh, wow. What is that? No. I may have. I don't know.
It's Angelica Houston. It's based on a Roald Dahl book. Yeah. The same guy who wrote James the Giant Peach.
And Charlie and Chocolate Factory.
Yeah. And the BFG.
Yeah,
and we could go on because the man wrote.
Yeah, he wrote a lot of shit.
Ton of books.
No, but
no, I did not. I have not. I've seen like clips of it.
Yeah, man. I'm sure you guys have seen some of the clips. I even retweeted and stuff like that. It's scarred.
It looks scary.
Oh my God. I mean, it was a kids movie, PG. And I mean, you have like when the witches get into like that convention room and like Angelica Houston starts peeling off her face and reveal what she really looks like. And they all take their wigs off. And they all have these crazy like fucking moles. And it's
that's 92.
Yeah.
90.
90. So
90, 92, something like that. Yeah.
So that was before PG-13 was a thing,
really was
right?
like a big thing.
That was
No, PG-13 was around by then because PG-13 it was Temple of Doom that
right.
PG-13 like Temple of Doom was still PG, but it was when Temple of Doom came out they were like, crap,
right.
We need something between PG and R.
I feel like Jaws is rated PG. Jaws is rated PG.
Yeah, I feel like it took them a decade or two to figure out, not two, but a decade and maybe a half to kind of settle into, because like Star Wars was all PG, and then the Phantom Menace was PG. Was Attack of the Clones?
No, it was. Yeah, no, Attack of the Clones. Revenge of the Sith
was the first
PG-13. Yes,
I should know that. And so, but I feel like they were still in that area where it was like, well, these are supposed to be PG because people were just used to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So whenever people are like, go back to the movies in like the 80s and 90s and they're like, I can't believe that was PG. I'm always like, well, I mean, you're not talking, it's like, I can't believe that only cost $1 in 1980.
I still remember the story that, because the first movie I saw in theaters, we talked about a couple of weeks ago, was the original Transformers movie. And I remember they threw in damn and shit to get it from a G to a PG because they wanted it to be taken seriously. I'm like, that was the 80s, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
I could get shit in an animated movie just so they could get a PG rating.
Well, you want to know, like, there's some stuff that's PG though that I'm like, skip PG-13. Like that was like Outlaw Josie Wales. Like give that an R rating today. like the Outlaw Josie Wales is PG.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said like Jaws was PG.
Like, there's some stuff in that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get nudity in an 80s PG.
Splash. I mean, how many times was she walking around naked? I mean, you saw a full butt. It was like, okay, cool. That was
the Disney Plus edit.
Yes, where they like extended her hair.
About it,
I did a video. I did a video about it. They extended her hair all the way to cover.
No, you got to put that on the stream right now, Dave. It is the most ridiculous.
It's so bad.
How do I find it? Okay, hold on. I'll Google it.
So just go to Google and search, or go to put it up on the screen and go to Twitter and just.
I got to be careful, Steven. I don't know if you were around on Wednesday, but certain things.
I have a clip of the original version.
Yes,
of course you do. He's holding it. He's just in case I double cross him.
Steven has files.
Yeah,
he's the Batman who has he has the contingencies on all of us. You know this. I'm waiting for Ra's al Ghul to break into his home and steal those files.
I appreciate the credit, but Ra's al Ghul would not be able to find any of the files because they are not organized. They exist. I mean, there's stuff around. I'm like, oh, I'll
here it is right here. Look they extended it all the way to cover her butt.
But do you have it in motion?
Oh, I should say. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I'm making this hard for you, but it's. I wouldn't do this if it wasn't worth it.
All right,
there she is.
There she is.
Wait. Oh, there she is. Hey, Amanda. How's it going?
Season, bitches.
All right. Well, in the meantime, let's invite Mr. Shiraz and Mr. Ben Everett. Yeah,
Hi.
You guys are joining with this hot splash butt covered talk.
Hey, Shiraz.
Only on the vodka stream, right?
Hi.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard a lot about you. All good things.
Let me get.
Oh no, Shiraz is the best of us.
Oh yes.
100%.
No. He gives us an ideal to strive for. We may stumble, we may fall, but we will join him in the light.
All right.
I borrow things from you guys.
He just rips us all off. We see. Look at. Okay, so here's it in motion. Look at that.
It's
so good. So good.
Oh, it's so bad.
It looks like the hair is like attached to her. Like it's ridiculous.
Wait, your guys' hair doesn't move like that?
No.
I don't know. My ass isn't that hairy. Yeah.
There is a movie that got a TV edit. What is it? Striptease? That where they animated like bras and panties on like all the strippers, and it's I'm not gonna find out for the stream, but it's hilarious because like
shit,
you can tell because like you can almost like if you're glancing you can't tell, but then you're like, why is that moving so weird? Everything's moving weird. It's just like hand drawn.
It's almost like Henry Cavill's upper lip.
Yeah, it's like all hand drawn.
Almost.
That's what Jose. That's what Jose was just saying. No, I know it's very odd. Like when they try to like go above and beyond like that, it's like just stop, just stop. I mean, it's bad enough that even to this day, if you were to watch the movie Speed on TV, they have the original dubbed shit, and I'm like, can you just update the? It's really bad. Like, you know, like how many times that it's somebody that's an asshole is called an animal. It's ridiculous.
This is why I'm still such a proponent of owning my own physical media.
Yes.
Because they can't edit my crap. They can't edit the crap that I already own. I still hold on to some DVD. Like, I can't tell you how many different versions of Star Wars I own, because I did get the one DVD release that they made where you got 2 discs and it came with the special edition and the theatrical. Those suckers go for like $300 a piece, like on Amazon, because like nobody paid attention when it came out.
Yeah.
And then it just happened. And now everyone's like, why can't I get a copy of the theatrical? And I'm like, I did. Weren't you paying attention?
my favorite redub. I remember I loved Wedding Crashers, and I remember sitting in my college dorm and I was starting to go crazy because I kept on hearing, my roommate was watching, I kept on hearing Vince Vaughn go, cheese and rice. It's like, like, what? But it fits so, like, it was a good dub. And so I was like, why?
Snakes on a Plane. Snakes on a Plane was another one too. Yeah.
And then finally I had to look up the original clip and be like, no, I'm right. That is not the original dialogue. But it was,
you know what?
Cheese and rice.
You know what dub, well, not even a dub, you know what edit I want to go back and watch? Because I remember watching as a kid was back when they would show RoboCop as the ABC Sunday night movie. And,
my God.
I as a third grader, I watched RoboCop as the ABC Sunday movie. And let's be honest, as a third grader, killing Murphy still freaked the crap out. It was still traumatic. Yeah. But I want to know, what did the TV edit of Murphy getting blown to pieces?
It's like just you know, they might as well just show the gunshots and just him just yelling, and then that's it.
Probably what they did. That's
I know. It's
what happened.
I mean, there needs to be like I don't know. I think we need to like come up with this right now. Just start writing a series about these guys that had to like do this stuff, these daunting tasks to try to censor with like voiceover. I mean, like I said, like when you have Keanu Reeves going, "Look over here, you freaking animal!" It's like, what the hell? It's like, what? You know, I just it's crazy. Like, but
it'd be like shooting someone up, and it would just be like bullet holes being riddled, and then you'd hear like, and then it'd be like, cheese and rice, you animal.
It's like at this point, just put a beep or just like mute it or something. But it's just funny because like I shit you not, like a month ago I had it on like FX or something. I don't know what it was during the day, and Speed was on, and it was the same edit as like from 20 years ago. I'm like, can we update this, please?
I don't know if politics is the right word, but that's one of those things that I learned. In the past 3 years, you learn a lot of weird things about alternate edits of movies and directors cut rights and all that kind of stuff. And like the airplane edits and the TV edits and stuff. Technically, the director can have like purview over all that stuff. And a lot of times they're like, no, someone else figure out how to censor it for TV. And so you see some directors though will be like, I don't know why they're showing this aspect ratio on this of my movie on the airplane. I specifically made the theatrical compatible with the like whatever. You know, there's like weird politics behind like which versions get shown, and like different stations will get rights to like different versions of TV edits.
No, that's a weird one, because I remember when I looked up, you know, when you talk about watching like Superman 78 and all the different versions of that, because I remember when I finally watched the almost like 3-something hour extended cut, which is basically just the Salt Kinds threw all the deleted footage back into the movie, because apparently the longer it played, the more money the Salt Kinds got paid. And so you go and watch that extended cut, and it's like, no. You want to make that movie feel long and boring and drawn out? Watch that version of the movie, like I got bored watching it, and it was just like, serious, because there was all this stuff, and I was like, no, there was a reason this was cut. And then you hear it's about television rights and the way they would pay the producers for the run times of these movies. It's like, well, no wonder the Salkinds threw everything back in.
Yeah. Well, also like if they will bid for like or they used to, at least I don't know how they do it now, but back when stuff would like premiere on TV, it was a big deal.
Oh yeah.
And so if you had outbid everyone else and spent like millions of dollars, tens of millions or whatever for the rights to like premiere whatever it is on TV, and that's like the license that you had access to, you know, even if it's a bad dub and something better is available, you're like, oh, let's go with the one we've got. It's not, you know, we'll get the same commercial, like we'll get the same air revenue for it.
Well, you know what's interesting too is like sometimes movies would, I think just because they would always have to be like 2 hours, and of course you have commercials. But sometimes if the movie was like an hour and a half, you couldn't exactly do that. But they would put in deleted scenes. Like the biggest one that I saw that had, when it was on TV, that had the most deleted scenes was Ace Ventura. They would put all the deleted scenes in there. I almost preferred the TV version of Ace Ventura because there was a whole scene. Okay, I don't know if you guys remember. Let's go down the Ace Ventura route here.
Yeah. As soon as you said that, I was like,
he climbs out of the rhinoceros and nature calls is twice.
Oh
as
my
long.
God.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Even with Nature Calls, there's some deleted things, but with the original, I mean, there was like a whole scene where he went back to that metal club to talk to his guy, and like those guys that were looking for him were trying to find him, and he literally goes up on stage and sings like the death metal guy. He's just without a shirt, and he goes, Jim Carrey just fucking rocking out. And he like does it. It's a hilarious scene. I'm like, why was that deleted? Well, that was great.
For like any Jim Carrey movie or like any Apatow movie, or like I don't know. I was gonna say like Seth Rogen, but I guess he's a lot of his stuff is like Apatow stuff. But like a lot of that like improv style comedy, I bet the super long, because that's basically what they do anyway. Is they just riff. They do a scene and then they riff on it forever. Right.
Well, that's what happened with.
That's how they made the theatrical cut of Justice League. Also, they would be like, let's do a different edit for that, and then they just threw it all together. It works a lot better for comedies. I'm serious. That's how they made that movie. Is they'd be like, let's try a different take on that. It's like, I don't know. It's nice the way it was in the script.
Way to bring it back.
But yeah, so especially like for a Jim Carrey movie, I can imagine that those like extra long TV edits would be amazing.
Oh, the alternate take. I wish there was a blooper reel for every Jim Carrey movie. I mean, they did it for Liar Liar, of course, but it's like every movie is probably got it, like, you know, you got all these alternates, and that's what's so great when you're working with, especially comedies, when you see those alternate takes, when they do like take after take, and it's just something different, and they're always laughing. I mean, Will Ferrell movies, of course, are always like that. You see those blooper reels, I mean, it's just nonstop. But
I was 32 years old when I learned that Milk Was a Bad Choice was improv, because
really
that whole movie.
No, literally, that line was Will Ferrell chose to drink milk instead of a nondescript brown bag in that scene. And so him saying milk was a bad choice is actually Will Ferrell being like, deciding to drink milk as a joke is not as funny as I thought it would be.
Yes. Oh. So good. It's so good. But Mr. Shiraz, how you doing, sir?
Doing well, man. Doing well. I think just jumping off all your conversation points, the lighter conversation, which I like, but I think the first movie that I noticed that there was a difference in audio was definitely Men in Black. So I was like, what, 5 years old when that came out?
Okay, I'll stop it.
Oh my God.
God.
No, you're wearing.
When did it come in 97, right? Or 98?
Yes, it was 97. Yeah.
So I was 3 years old. Yeah. So
same.
Oh God.
No.
Oh man, my hip hurts.
No, but so much of the TV edit of that movie, like they cut out like even basic things like Will Smith sticking the middle finger at Agent K, forgot the name. Yeah. Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah. So and every single shit would become stuff, like, so it was really bad.
Yeah.
It was years before I actually saw the real movie. I'm like, okay, this is actually the movie. Like,
yeah, that's actually the movie that I was promised.
And then for Jim Carrey, is it true that I feel like for you, Dave, that I feel like you take some inspiration from him in some way? Like,
nah,
just I see it. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, yeah. When I grew up, I when I saw Ace Ventura, that was it. I mean, I watched that movie like religiously, and then same with The Mask. It was just like,
oh, The Mask.
Yeah, The Mask.
Between that and Cameron Diaz in that.
Oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Introducing Cameron Diaz.
Introducing Cameron Diaz, yes. Yeah. I'm sorry, that whole that first club scene when she sings "G Baby, Ain't I Good to You?"
Yeah. Oh my God, we all felt like what he felt like. Mouth dropped, on jaw dropped, the fucing wolf face. Yeah. Oh, guys. Yeah, it's crazy.
The only movies that I'm thinking about that I've never seen edited are Quentin Tarantino's. I don't even know what they sound like when they.
Oh, geez, I can't even imagine how.
Yeah.
Do they even do like? I guess they do it like on TNT or something. Like I've never seen an edited Tarantino movie. Like I don't think I'd want to.
Why would?
I wouldn't want to watch it.
It's like Swiss cheese.
I have, but I don't remember what they did. I remember it being a weird experience. Because I think the one that I saw, if I remember correctly, was on a channel that like didn't have alternate dialogue. They just like do like have silence over the cuts. Oh
my God!
It was. I remember Family Guy. I remember Family Guy made the joke like it was one of the cutaway things where Peter's watching TV and it goes like next is Showgirls. He's like, oh yeah, on TBS. Aw.
Oh yeah.
It was just like, yeah, how would you even put that on like
right?
That's like
actually, you know what? Because as someone who's actually, I've seen Showgirls. There's actually quite a lot. There's quite large sections where it is just like the story. There is actual story in that movie.
There is actual story in there.
There is actual story in there. I'm not saying the acting's great, but I'm saying there's a story.
I don't remember the story.
That's not why you watch it.
What the fuck?
I'm not saying it's why you watch it.
No, is there any Showgirls?
Showgirls is the one I was talking about earlier that they hand drew everything on.
Yeah.
It is. You showed me this. They put like flesh-colored, flat, two-dimensional, cut-out shapes over everyone in Showgirls.
Or maybe they also did that on that one, but yeah.
Whatever.
Basic.
I've shown me that one before.
There's just movies that don't belong on TV, and like I said, I want to see the behind the scenes of these guys like struggling to try to censor like a really hard R movie for TV. See, we got to write like
editors who have to do WAP.
Yeah, God, it's got to be just a super daunting task. I mean, yeah, like somebody like a TV edit for like Kill Bill, they changed Pussy Wagon to Party Wagon. Stuff like that. Little things like that. Because there's certain things like within the plot, within the story that you can't eliminate. So you got to like somehow tweak it or anything like that. I mean, that's. Yeah, when it came to like the Deadpool PG-13 version, I mean,
which I've never seen.
I've never seen that.
Never seen that.
It's actually, you know what's funny is like it works, but then there's like a very long, like 20 to 25 minute chunk in the middle where they were like, And I literally turned to my. I remember I watched my brother. I turned to my brother. I'm like, geez, they just kind of gave up, didn't they?
Yeah.
because at first it was like it was working. It was working. Like, yes, Deadpool can actually do this. But then there was like a whole stretch where it just never cut back to where he was reading to Fred Savage, and it was like, dude, what the fuck?
Tells you what their reshoot budget was.
Yes,
they had an amazing they sat on the Fred Savage and got that whole opening worked out, and they were like,
it was perfect.
Time to shoot anything else, so we just kind of gotta fit the rest of this in here.
And, and that's the only reason I would want to watch it is someone who adores The Princess Bride as much as I do. Like the homage to Princess Bride is what would even make me want to watch Once Upon a Deadpool.
Yeah,
just to see that work.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it worked for a good bit, and then all of a sudden it's just like, I think you're right. You nailed it, Steven. Like they just didn't have the budget for like a half an hour of like. It was just like, what the fuck? I'm like,
do you do all of it shitty, or do you do 66% of it good?
That's probably what they decided. It was like, hey, we only have a budget for this much.
We need you for 3 more days. And he's like, nope. And like, you have no choice. You're duct taped down. Let's go.
See, a lot of it did work, but there's just like a little small chunk, and then it also makes you wonder too. Like, I kind of even brought this up when I did my Spidey, Jamie Foxx coming back as Spider-Man, or in not as Spider-Man, but in Spider-Man. That would be pretty crazy if that was the case. I would watch it. But like the fact that they're they're embracing the multiverse. I was like, is there any way that a Deadpool can fit in there? But going back to the topic of like, a verse, like all these verses are coming out. We got Snyder with his zombie verse, and now we got the Spidey verse that seems to be brewing up. What are you guys' thoughts? We'll go to Ben. You've been pretty a little quiet, since you put up. But what are your thoughts? Going on here.
We knew that was going to happen for a while, but the only things that we didn't know, well, with the Doctor Strange movie, but we didn't have any details on how far it was gonna extend to. So apparently, all that stuff that they're planning with that movie is gonna kind of blow over into the Spider-Verse. So they want to expand on that, and I don't know if it's gonna work the way that it worked on the animated movie that with Miles Morales, because that movie was damn near perfect.
Oh my
god, that's my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time.
So they have to do something they have to do something that it blows you away, because everything that they do is gonna be compared to that movie.
Yes,
I don't know if this is a weird way to follow that up, because it probably removes some faith in what you said.
It's quite fine.
Well, not undermines what you said, but I mean undermines people's faith in their ability to execute that. And the thing that I haven't seen talked about with like the Electro stuff or the Spideyverse is that this is really a product of when Marvel lost Spider-Man to Sony for a week or whatever last year, and I don't think people appreciate how much Sony got from the MCU when
Sony won. Sony won in that whole situation.
They put Disney in a corner, and because they let Disney make Spider-Man one of their like more valuable MCU characters, and then they're like, oh nope, I guess that contract is expired. How badly do you want them? Because they wanted to do all of this. Like they tried so hard to start that like their own Spidey universe with the Garfield stuff, right? They were doing all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And they were I don't know if they were setting up like a multiverse or not, but they had plans, and like Avi Arad likes his plans, and he keeps on trying to go back to them.
God, yeah, he does.
and so they couldn't do that for Spider-Man 2, and then they kind of get they got the creative freedom back to kind of do that now. And so the notice that the Spider-Verse plans kind of came out shortly after they made whatever that new deal is with Disney. And so it seems like what they're going to do is like bring in Madam Web, and because I think what they said was that Tom Holland is going to be shared between, he's going to be the first MCU character to be shared between multiple universes, right?
Yeah.
So really this is a product of Sony being like, hey, we still want to try all that stuff we were trying to try before, and Marvel being like, yeah, we're not going to help you with that. And then being like, well, we're going to do it on our own. If you want Tom Holland, you got to figure out a way. And they're like, well, multiverse.
Yeah, well, I mean, I almost like when they brought back J.K. Simmons for J. Jonah Jameson. I mean, it was almost like, was that kind of already paving that? I don't know. I mean, obviously, it seems like that J. Jonah, like, he exists in that world because he's like on the internet. He looks a little different. He's got like kind of like the bald head, the horseshoe thing going on with the mustache.
Yeah, it feels like a multiverse.
Yeah, but how would that work? Because it's the same James Jonah. It's like with the Spider-Man, we had 3 different Spider-Man. With the Batman, we have multiple Batman.
Well, there was no alternate J. Jonah in the Garfield universe, though. I can see if they want to go the multiverse route, they'd be very smart to make him the Tom Cavanaugh, the Harrison Wells.
Whole universe.
Spideyverse, make J. Jonah Jameson their Harrison Wells, and have like alternate versions of him in every single different Spider dimension.
Right.
And if they're all played by J.K. Simmons, then we all win.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons is amazing.
Imagine telling J.K. Simmons like, "Hey, remember Jonah Jameson? Cool. You get to do 5 different versions of that character,
and he will nail every one of them."
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I would actually kill to do that. That's like what was the Dr. Parnassus Imaginarium style of thing, except they didn't die in the middle of making it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Where they had with Heath Ledger, right?
Yeah.
Colin Farrell, like, Johnny Depp, and
I believe it was written to be the same character, and then they just like wrote it in that different actors who play the characters different segments of the film, if I remember correctly.
Man, that's what I heard too. So yeah, you remember correctly.
Did that with a Bob Dylan biopic that was on HBO. They had like they went as far as having Cate Blanchett play one of the versions.
Yes. Oh,
interesting. Very interesting. I remember seeing all that. Christian Bale played a version. I forgot who else played a version, but yeah, I mean, those kind of things are kind of cool when they do stuff like that. It's like, yeah, if you could pull it off. It's
a choice and not a accident.
Yeah. Well, I mean, going back to your original thing, Dave, it's like, I remember when Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out, I never got to catch it first run. I remember my dad and I caught it at the Dollar Theater because that's just when we could get to it. And I think I just benefited from like the negative buzz, because when I finally saw the movie, I was like, this was a damn fun movie. What was everyone bitching about?
When it comes to Amazing Spider-Man 2, in my opinion, I'm like, there are so many beautiful shots. The web slinging, the slow motion, there's a lot of gorgeous shots, but the villains are ass. Like, I mean, like the villains are what just really that really did not come together. I mean, you could tell that they were really trying to establish the Sinister Six. So it's like, hey, we're gonna have the Rhino, and it's gonna be Paul Giamatti, Oscar winner. Look at that guy. But he's gonna be.
I still want that. I still want
all the ways to squander Paul Giamatti.
Yes,
Rhino.
Yes.
Put him in a rubber Rhino suit and just let him go crazy. What's with this?
That would have been cool.
But they were doing the ultimate version of Rhino, because the ultimate version of Rhino is that giant robot suit.
Yeah, I get it. I don't like it.
I'm saying it wasn't like they were just trying to screw with just you, Steven. There was some inspiration there.
Main character syndrome.
Or go ahead and do that interpretation, but make him just be less crazy. Like, either make him like less of a ridiculous version of the character.
Yeah.
Make him
very cartoon, especially when he's driving the truck, and I mean, he's literally like, what's going on?
Himself.
Oh my God.
Whoa,
and the really bad Russian accent.
I feel like he was in a Raimi movie.
Yes,
he was like acting like he belonged in one of the Raimi movies, but he's doing a great Raimi villain.
Literally, they had two Oscar-winning like actors, like, you know, like playing the villains, and even Jamie Foxx, the way that they handle him, like, oh, he's all nerdy and like, oh, he's kind of obsessed with Spider-Man. I'm like, yeah, I saw this in Batman Forever. Yeah,
but I still got Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy, and
the first
the death of Gwen Stacy was
perfect.
Yeah.
The way that it was like slow motion, the reflection in the eyes, and the fact that like literally the web looks like a hand reaching out. I mean, it was so perfect, and the way it just—I
didn't believe they were going to kill her.
Garfield's such a great actor, dude. Because when you saw the pain in his face when he realized that she was gone,
God, I just got goosebumps right now.
Yep.
That was because they played that scene off in the first Raimi movie with Mary Jane, and they even did it at the bridge where it's supposed to happen, and then they Hollywoodized it and saved MJ. So when I saw her like do the whiplash thing, I was like,
and it was
in the movie, I was like,
dude. I mean, it was. I had the same reaction like when I saw it with my same buddy. Well, I mean, I said the exact same thing when when the Deaths of Superman and BVS. I was like, oh my God, they're fucking doing it. They're doing it. They're doing it. like hitting them like, oh my God, they're doing it. Because you didn't think like they would actually do that, but Jesus Christ, there it was, man. So, I mean, I think there's things in Amazing Spider-Man 2 that are just really awesome, but it's just some things just really fall flat. Like, that just, I don't know. Like, Shiraz, you haven't really commented about like Amazing Spider-Man. What are your thoughts about how they handled that rebooted series? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I think the castings were all great. I think that's especially with the main two. I think Emma Stone, Andrew Garfield. I think that was just spot on and
perfect chemistry.
I thought the director Mark Webb, right?
Yeah.
So his eye for directing was great for most. I thought the writing was really where it kind of fell apart, specifically in the second movie. The first one I still love. I love watching it. The second one, again, the writing with Electro and then afterwards Green Goblin towards the end, I thought it was just not as clean as it could be, and then things fell apart. But that's one of those movies, Amazing Spider-Man 2, where it's a movie of moments. So there's like certain moments where you can just take out and see, you know, when Spider-Man's fighting Electro in the end, and those swinging scenes are just perfect. And of course, like you guys talked about, the Gwen Stacy death. I mean, that still hits you today. If you watch it even for 100th time, you're like, yeah.
I didn't have to watch it. That is,
just thinking about it.
Both Spider-Man franchises, or like trilogies, or not that, I thought not a trilogy because it got cut short, but the Web and the Raimi Spider-Man is really weird because I feel like both of those, if they were not superhero movies, would have gotten their sequel after that. Like if it was Pirates of the Caribbean, if it was Fast and Furious, if it was a Disney live action movie, right? Like if it was
two of the Fast and Furious,
if it was a Transformers movie, right? They would have just been like, oh, you know what? It was an off one. Let's keep going. And because they set up so much stuff in it, and like even this Raimi Spider-Man 3 did that too, where they're like, you know, they had plans for the fourth one.
You know
but
what?
Like they chickened out, and both times it's like, you know, I'm not like, yes, you fumbled a lot of things. I like a lot of things about Amazing Spider-Man 2, but they fumbled a few things. But like, you know what? Bite the bullet and make that third movie, because the reason, you know, it's an Iron Man 2, right? That's like the only franchise that had like the MCU is like the only franchise that had its Iron Man 2 moment, literally, and then didn't screw everything up because of it. DC exploded Justice League. Spider-Man 3 killed the Raimi series.
Well, that was also because Avi Arad wanted to shoehorn Venom into the movie.
The thing.
And if they had just stuck with Ben Kingsley as the Vulture, which was the original plan, and not because Raimi was old school Lee and Ditko. Like
he was all
Raimi wasn't sure what to do with Venom,
and he did well.
and for me, that was what I was looking forward to.
What he wanted to do with him.
Yeah, he just wanted to like, hey, let's
the movie.
You know that skinny guy from fucking That 70s Show? Let's cast him.
Which was funny because when you listen to the commentaries, Topher Grace is actually the one person on that entire cast who was a comic book nerd. Listen to the commentary of Superman 3. He's talking. He's like schooling everybody, and I'm here going
everything about it. But I mean,
I don't hate Topher Grace, Eddie Brock.
And that arc was actually good.
You hate him as Eddie Brock?
Good. What?
I said I don't actually hate Topher Grace, Eddie Brock, or Venom. I just don't think he's in the right movie.
No, he's not.
No, but I think the idea of Topher Grace. I think the idea
he was shoehorned in
is great, and even the performance that he gave. If it was in its own movie or a different movie,
funny moments. There's some funny
because he's a great. Because think about it. Don't think about him as like how does he compare to the comics?
He's a good Brock.
But the thing is,
how is he as a foil to Andrew Garfield?
Yeah.
Like, imagine if they had a whole movie that's just Andrew Garfield and Topher Grace.
You mean Tobey Maguire?
Tobey Maguire.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Andrew Garfield. I mean, or Andrew Garfield, or but Tobey Maguire.
You might as well. It's going to be a multiverse thing.
Yeah. Like that would be an awesome movie to have, like a Face Off or something. Like,
you know what I always said, Stephen? What needed to be was if they wanted to do the black suit in the third movie, fine. Let him getting rid of the suit at the bell tower.
It's like the animated. What the animated series did.
Right. Yeah. That's the cliffhanger when the symbiote gets Eddie, and then Venom needed to be while he's hanging there. And then Venom needed to be the fourth movie. The problem was that I'm waiting the whole movie for Venom, and he's like in the last 15 minutes, and I'm like,
and then they like the makeup when like he had like the mask up.
Oh yeah, and it's like
he's got like weird veiny stuff like that. I don't know. It's very strange. Meg, what are your thoughts about like that whole situation?
Do
you have a pop of that? Do you have a Topher Grace pop of like?
I don't know. I don't really like Spider-Man that much, but like the Amazing. I know, right? I'm the worst. The Amazing Spider-Man movies were probably my favorite ones. I love Andrew Garfield.
I think Garfield was if I had to pick the three, I think Garfield's the.
Me too. I think he was shafted.
Well, he was also he got the snarky when he was Spider-Man. He had the quippy.
He had it better than
he had the snark that I wanted from Spider. His Peter Parker was a little too cool for me, but his Spider-Man was
spot on.
Yeah,
spot on.
I wonder how far is the universe. How deep the universe is gonna go, because I know the video game has Electro as the main villain. So you think that's gonna cross over? They will be the first one to do that.
That would be interesting. But I mean, like, what was interesting about Jamie Foxx's IG post was he put that I'm not going to be blue. And if I remember seeing people saying, "Oh, he removed that." I haven't double checked, but he said like he removed the whole "I'm not going to be blue." I mean, it makes you kind of wonder, like, okay, so obviously the design of Electro, yeah, it was a little strange. It was a little strange. It was like, it was one of the pieces of concept art they didn't use for Avatar. They were like, hey, let's apply it here, but
because they went with the ultimate version of Electro instead of just making him a guy in a costume that shoots electricity. It's that weird thing that Marvel does a lot, because the MCU does it all the time, where it's like, here's a little 616, here's a little ultimate, let's just
so many versions and
squish it all together and see what happens.
No. But I just wonder, like, if the fact that he said that is like, okay, so are you going to just look normal and you're going to be in a green suit and with some lightning bolts,
Oh yeah, let's do the stupid mask with the lightning bolts.
Have that big mask that somebody would wear at like at the Batman Returns fucking costume party. Is it going to be something like that? It is interesting. Like, it's kind of funny how. Okay, so you got DC going like, okay, we're gonna tackle the multiverse. All right, we got the Flash, tackle the multiverse. We're bringing back Michael Keaton's Batman. Everybody's like, whoa! And then Marvel goes, we're bringing back Electro, Jamie Foxx's Electro. Sweet.
What? Yeah, like what?
I know.
Like, it was kind of like, whoa, okay, that was okay.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if that announcement was like we're doing like the Raimi Green Goblin or like a Doc Ock or something like that.
Ooh,
Doc Ock.
Okay. Hey, I'll take more Willem Dafoe. Norman Osborn.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they did. Maybe they are. Like, who knows? Like,
I know.
I like the Molina Doc Ock. I think he was.
Yeah. I mean, besides like Into the Spideyverse, which a lot of us agree that's the best. But I mean, Spider-Man 2, when it comes to live action, I mean, that movie, I remember watching that movie in IMAX, and me and my buddy, we were just like, I remember because it was a double date kind of scenario. Me and him were like, oh my God. And of course, the two ladies like, what the fuck are we watching? And it's just kind of like that kind of situation where it's just like some of those scenes, like especially like the bank scene, like, that whole, where that leads to, I mean, that's some of the best,
And the train fight is one of the best.
Fight too. I mean, my God. I mean, but like I said, at the same time, Amazing Spider-Man also had its great. I thought the Amazing Spider-Man, the first one, had one of the best Stan Lee cameos.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
In the library when he's just listening to music and they're fighting in the background. Yeah. And literally, Spider-Man saves his life.
I've always thought that it was his personal favorite, but I mean, how can you confirm that?
Yeah.
Well, it's Stan Lee, and he was such a salesman that he would say
everything is his favorite. Yeah,
everything was his favorite. I mean, that man. Right. There's a great book by Sean Howe called Marvel Comics: The Untold Story. If you want to get all the down and dirty about Marvel and the industry, Steven, we know about your down and dirty. It's okay. Amanda tells us everything. It's okay.
Yes,
we understand.
She lets.
I did tell Scott that story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and no shade to like Tom Holland, but it's just like, it just seems like, I don't know. I like Tom Holland. I like his. I mean, it seems like Tom Holland Spider-Man is better when he's not in a Spider-Man specific movie. I like him in Civil War. I like him in Infinity War and even Endgame. I like him more in those more than the dedicated Spider-Man movies. Mm-hmm. It seems like, but I mean, I do appreciate I do appreciate the approach that they're trying to make something different, with Peter Parker. Like, okay, because like they're all three cinematic Peter Parkers are distinct. They really are. I mean, when you look at them all, I mean, they all have their distinct. I mean, Tobey Maguire looks like, I mean, he looks like he's 30, but I mean, at the same time,
because he was 30, I think.
Yeah. You guys, but it works. But at the same time, like it's there's like a charm to him, I guess you could say. There's a charm to him, but then when it comes to Andrew Garfield, he's got that big time sarcasm when he's Spider-Man, like especially in that first scene when he's like shooting his web at that one guy, like, oh my god, he's got a knife, what am I gonna do? Like that. I'm like, yes, that's the Spider-Man I like right there.
Do you guys think that, because like you said, I think part of the problem with Holland is they didn't want to make him a ripoff of one of the other ones, but also then make him different enough that, like, you know, people don't necessarily like the direction they took with him. I'm wondering if now that we've got a Spideyverse, would a like sit down at a diner with Garfield and with Garfield and the other dude, I keep on forgetting his name,
Maguire
and Holland, Garfield, Maguire.
Do you think like a sit down in a diner with those guys to talk about what great power means? Kind
of similar to like Spideyverse.
Buying into my waffles. Stop.
No, I want the one where he's like, I'm not exactly liquid right now. Like when he's eating the burger, the fries,
is there a scene where Maguire and Garfield can like pass something on to him that doesn't necessarily change his character, but maybe contextualizes it in a way where people can say, you know what, I'm okay with these different versions existing. I think people are so precious about like which version is like the definitive version that they feel like they have to hate other versions. But like, you know what? If Garfield is out there and you can still appreciate him, then why is it wrong for Holland to be different?
I'm so sick and tired of the concept. Oh, I'm sorry, Amanda. You go ahead.
No, I think we're probably going to say like the same thing, which is just, it frustrates me when people want to put like some sort of finite amount on the amount of adoration that there is to go around in the world. Like, me liking Garfield, for example, over Maguire doesn't take anything away from Maguire. Like he cashed those checks already. I mean,
True.
Honestly,
why does everyone have to? Why does there have to? Here's my theory. Why does there have to be the definitive version?
Yeah,
why can't everything just be a version? And if you don't like, if you don't like a version, you just keep on swimming, and it's fine. It's like I don't get why, and why does everything? Because it was like when people would complain about the Snyder versions, and they'd be like, oh, but there are people who have this mentality that if it's in the movies, it has to be like this one singular representative version
like
of the character.
Which movie does that though? Like even the Nolan movies aren't anything like the comics, other than like they. But I think that's something that like a lot of people who are like Snyder fans or fans at least of his universe were like mad at the like they considered a relegation to Elseworlds, that he described it as Elseworlds. But I don't know if everyone saw Sean O'Connell's recent video where he referenced a quote that Snyder gave him.
Yes, Men in Tights.
And that's no. Oh,
sorry. No, I'm just responding to the comments.
We don't do that here.
Sorry. I see you.
But that's kind of what I've been saying is that it's liberating. And it's the same thing that Snyder said is there is a lack of expectation or requirement for you to be a certain way when you no longer have to service the right. He does, the fact that he's now Elseworlds and not the DCEU like Lord and Master means that he doesn't need to worry about what the Flash movie is going to do or what Birds of Prey is going to do or what the Suicide Squad is going to do. He can do his own thing, which is what he always only wanted to make these 5 movies.
Yeah, he didn't want to like
everyone that wants Snyder to be like the Kevin Feige. He doesn't want that. So I don't like nobody wants that. Who wants Snyder to become a Kevin Feige and never make another?
And Snyder has good hair. He doesn't need to wear a ball cap.
And honestly, I think
it's like the. Go ahead, Charles.
They're everywhere.
Honestly, overall, like I think jumping off, Amanda's point here that it's kind of the increasing tribalization of fandom and people. I've noticed you see it in sports, you see it in movies that people will attach themselves to one thing, and now your religion is to defend that thing no matter what, and something new that can threaten it or something that can take away something that old that happened. Well, then you get actual vitriol thrown at you. So even if it's something simple as LeBron James is playing basketball right now, but is this a threat to Michael Jordan? If you were growing up in that era, then you're gonna take it very personally.
Oh my God.
Same thing with Christopher Reeve fans. If you grew up watching Christopher Reeve and Henry Cavill is a threat to that version that you watched, then you're gonna get very huffed and puffed about it. And then honestly, even we're seeing it now in real time, because when Robert Pattinson got casted, even people who just got Ben Affleck 4 years ago, suddenly see it right away. There's an immediate latch on to protect and to become tribalistic over Ben Affleck's Batman, when if you're a comic book reader, this is something you get used to. Different runs happen, different writers take over. The passing of the torch always happens.
It'll happen at the same time. You'll have All-Star Batman going on at the same time as Detective Comics, going out at the same time as Batman, going out at the same time as Batman shows up in Justice League or whatever. Like, you don't have, and they're all written by different people. Like, you don't have to.
Well, and what gets me also is that, and then what do you do as a comic book reader? You just go, okay, I don't like this run. I stopped picking up that book because I like him in this book. So what do? Is I don't firebomb this book. I just don't buy this book, and I buy that book instead.
Right.
And then to the earlier point, I've also started, as I've dropped off of buying books after my comic book store shut down, and now I'm so happy for DC Universe Infinite, because like I probably will never buy another physical book again, because I'll just stay 6 months behind, and and because I'm already like 3 years behind, so what's another 6 months? So why not? And read it that way. But it's also the case where I've actually found myself enjoying the mini series and the Elseworld takes and the maxi series. I actually find myself not enjoying the continuity monthly books as much as I do like a Black Label book, or Tom Taylor writing Deceased, or something like.
Think about it. Same thing as films, like those side stories. Because they're given less space, less time, less budget, right? Because it's not the definitive core, whatever.
Right. And to Scott's point, one of the things is that whenever you have all these characters, all these iterations of Batman in comic book form, you have them at the same time, and you could pick whatever it is that you choose. Whenever you have movies, you have one at a time. Like this character comes through. You don't like him for 3, 5, whatever years he's playing the character, they're going to have to wait until the next one to see if you gravitate towards that one. When the new one is introduced, then those guys that like that previous one is like, oh, I don't like this new character. That's not my Batman. That's not my Superman. So having this multiverse where you have all this Batman, all these iterations of the Batman at the same time is going to benefit everyone, because now you're going to get your Batman no matter what.
Okay, so Ben, when do I get my James Bond multiverse where I get all my James Bond?
That's a question that I don't have an answer.
Especially since I gotta wait till next fucking year to see No Time to Die now.
That's a question I don't.
Frustrating. Meg, who is your Batman? You have a choice to make, because I know how much you love Robert Pattinson. Now you're gonna cheat on Ben Affleck.
You're gonna make me choose?
Wait till that Robert Pattinson Batman pop comes out.
Oh yeah. Definitely Ben Affleck though.
Okay, wait until we get a Robert Pattinson CrossFit scene, and we can.
yeah. Until then, it's gonna be Ben Affleck. Yeah.
You think Reeves is gonna put one of those in there? There's got to be a shirtless scene, right?
So
shirtless,
they're better.
Shirtless.
There's got to be every superhero. I mean, even Paul Rudd got a shirtless scene.
Oh, yeah, but Pattinson didn't work out for this movie, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. Huh?
Yeah, I heard that the Batman was scrapped, so I'm not sure what you guys are talking about.
So
no, I'm sorry. It's not really for me about which is the best Batman. It's always about the car. It's always like, no, I need a
car. Yeah,
chicks dig the car.
It's the stuff.
No,
but God, I want that car. I want to see that car. My dad and I are still trying to figure out what the hell that thing is. Like, what was it built out of? Like, what frame is it built on? Because I'm sitting here going, Dad, here's every picture I can find. What is this? He's like, dude, I don't know what this is right now.
If you go to the Ashthorpe page, I think you could break it down easily, because he uses the same frame, not the same frame, but same idea tone with his cars, all these muscle cars. So I think there you'll be able to put it together.
Okay.
I don't have an answer to this, but I will say it's if this is an enjoyable conversation, that the guest we had we recorded a while back for BVS by the Minute coming up.
Drink.
Really appreciate.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, weren't we just talking about this?
Yeah, you'll really appreciate what they have to say about the Batmobile.
Ben
and BVS.
Do you like cars?
Of course. I'm a guy.
I'm a guy.
Okay, so Steven, I'm just saying, every week you keep talking about these new episodes. When are these episodes going to drop? I keep looking at my phone.
Yeah, I don't get an alert.
Podcast feed is a little. I mean, I'm getting the moths. The moths are starting to go like, tweet, 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 tweet.
That's the mystery, isn't it? It's just keeping your
Screw you, Colbert.
No, I don't do the editing. I just sit there and do the recording. And so, Dice is a very busy man. So
you know what we did at Squadcast Media? I learned how to fucking edit. That's what happened. Okay.
Well, I know how to edit, but I'm letting him have it like.
Oh, I'm hearing excuses is what I'm hearing. Yeah.
Honk, honk. Does anyone need a ride on this bus while I drive it right over Andrew Dice?
I was trying to not say that. They're like, I was like trying to.
I'm waiting for Andrew to pop up in the chat just to start speaking his honor.
Not the intent. Like, we're all busy. Everybody's busy. This is a side project. Get off my ass.
It's on Twitter, right?
Forget I mentioned it. No.
That they're with the
yeah.
So like they're expecting first-time parents. So like
yes.
I feel like he's probably preoccupied.
No, Andrew get the pass. I'm busting Steven's chops at this point.
Yeah.
What's his excuse? I mean, I know.
The two existing children.
No, but when it comes to the Batmobile, I mean, I think I don't know. Let's go around the horn. What's your favorite Batmobile, Meg?
Ooh, I like Michael Keaton's a lot.
Yeah, it's a good Batmobile, and it was used twice.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't change, and for like really in Batman and Batman Returns. What about you, Scott?
Oh, I'm the Anton First '89 Batmobile. I love that car.
Yeah, Ben.
I like the Tumbler.
You like the Tumbler? Look
yeah.
Oh, he likes a big ass. That's what he.
Yes, I like that big.
Ass.
Yeah, those. Yeah.
What about you?
Baby got back.
Like a big butt. Yeah, and I cannot lie.
Very true. That's very true. What about you, Shiraz?
I think I'm gonna go with the majority here. I think '89 is just the most iconic of the group, and it just to this day, I think the most recognizable.
Yeah. Okay, Amanda.
I was gonna say this, but then Ben said it, so now I feel like I'm copying him, but legitimately, like that's also my favorite. It feels like the RC cars that like drive up walls. I don't know why, but that's why.
Yeah.
Steven?
I like the BVS one. I like the Snyder one. It's designed by Patrick Tatopoulos. Like he's like a gearhead, not just like the
shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry, but Chris Ron Swenson.
Hey, Chris.
Finally worked.
Hey, his camera finally worked. You had problems with your camera for a minute there.
I popped in like 3 times. I don't know if you saw me, and I couldn't get the camera to come back on. I was like,
finally, I just see him sitting there, and I'm like, oh.
I know. You walked away, and I was like, oh, he's walking away. That's cool. I can listen.
You actually scared me, Dave, because you went like, oh wait.
I know you got shit
That
out.
was the same reaction I had when Zach jumped on our stream. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, no. Sorry to disappoint. Not even a tenth of that's good. A surprise guest.
I did send him a link because I was like, maybe. Okay, well, Chris, since you just showed up, what's your favorite Batmobile?
I actually like whatever that's current now. And I could say that for like Superman and Batman. You guys were talking about which was your version of Superman and Batman. I'm like, for some reason, it's always like, what's going on? When Brandon Routh was coming out, it's like, okay, that's my Superman. When Henry Cavill came out, it's my Superman. So I don't know. Maybe Robert Pattinson when that comes out, and I'm like, I love that movie. That could be my Batman. Yeah, it's always what's current for me for some reason.
For the
except
BVS
for Tom Holland.
the Pattinson car can definitely win me over. I just need to see more of it in action.
Yeah, I agree. Yes.
It is on the cusp of winning me over from
really.
The
Think about what I've seen so far of the Pattinson Batmobile, and since March when we first got the first shot of it, it looks like a car. Mm-hmm. And there's something about it that is what wins me over. Is goes, oh, it finally looks like a fucking car. I'm happy with that.
A muscle car,
Perspective also that's a big deal because you can do a lot of, like they physically built the one. I don't want to give too much away. The one at BVS is real and it actually drives and like they tuned it to drive and everything, so they were able to do more with it. But like the Tumbler and like the ones in the other movies, there's not really very great Batmobile action in those.
Yeah.
You just got to get it like driving past.
You cannot even turn.
Yes, you got it doing some actual like stunts are going on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then and the Pattinson one, you see that one. Not only that, but if you've seen the set photos where you see there's a smaller version of the car, it's like the stunt version is what that is. Meaning like they're gonna actually put like. Not to speak ill of BVS. Obviously, I love that movie. I have a podcast about it called BVS by the Minute. I go minute by minute.
I was already reaching.
But I think that considering the engineering of the new car, it enables them to film some things that could create the by far best Batmobile chase scene on live action yet.
True. I mean, I think right now, that BVS scene with the the Batmobile where he's just going. I mean, Jesus Christ. When I watch that, I'm just like,
with the Tumbler, they drive it through a wall. Like,
yeah.
Even
like the Batmobile goes through a wall too. I mean, literally. I mean, like the second story just comes crashing through. So yeah, you're right. I mean, it's going to be an interesting take on the fact that it looks like a real car. I mean, it's going to be like, it's going to be drifting. It's going to be doing some crazy.
You know what I would hope for? I want something like the opening scene of the Transporter. Like I need car action like that.
That'd be pretty badass.
I mean, if you want to talk about great car action, especially once I learned how to drive a stick shift, it's like you can appreciate it a lot more because you're like, oh, he's shifting gears. Like I actually know what he's doing.
That's funny. Every time you see like gear shifting in like in a movie, specifically like the Fast and Furious movies, it's like, wait, you weren't already shift? What? Wait, what's going on? So dramatic, like.
You want to go? That's not how cars.
Yeah,
I like that John Wick 2, the beginning action sequence. He's in the car. That's awesome.
That's good.
Yeah, I remember the movie where they had all those Mini Coopers. There was a high
Italian Job.
Italian Job. Yeah,
that was a good sequence too.
That's a good one. Yeah,
that's when
I remember the beginning of Quantum of Solace. I was so pissed off with the choppy editing because I was like, I finally wanted to see the DBS like get used, and it was like, I want to see the car chase. It's like the problem with the way that Christopher Nolan would shoot like his fight choreographies, like when it's all choppy and like I can't see I like the long takes. I like the fluidity because I like to have the continuity of it. It's like why the Martha Rescue is such an incredible fight scene because it's just like, just show me the fight.
I mean, you know what the difference between the Martha Rescue and that versus like the stuff you're talking about is though, right? They started planning that like 2 years ahead of time and rehearsed it, and it was muscle memory. And then they shot it basically in one take, and it was engineered to be shot that way. Meaning that when they then put it together, they don't have to have it cut up that way. But like, Nolan is amazing, but did not engineer his action that way. Didn't know how to engineer his action that way, at least at the time. And the same thing for like a lot of like car stunt scenes. It's hard to get a long shot of a car doing anything interesting. It's easier to get, to edit something together. And so to me, whenever I see that fast editing, that indicates, it's the same thing as in the Taken joke where they take like 12 cuts of him getting over the fence.
The first Taken was great, and then the other two were just like, what are you doing? I mean, there was like, I think it was Taken 2 where I mean, the concept was like he was trying to find his daughter, and it was like she was throwing grenades on rooftops.
Oh yeah, to get the sound.
Yes, and I was like, "What the fuck? That's not really what."
And that's the difference now in movies, like where you've got Chad Stilinski, like with the John Wick movies, and they're planning this stuff out, and you have actors who are going through like legit gun training courses. So like when you're watching them, like I've watched those movies with former Marines going, no, that shit's legit. Like I have a guy who like would tear these movies apart, and he watches John Wick going, no, that shit's legit. Yeah. Keanu knows what he knows what he's doing.
I think it's because of 300. Because all of if you look at all the stunt people that came together in there's like the after the Matrix, but like several years after that, but they all came. You have Stahelski, you have Leach, you have Damon Caro is with there for the Snyder stuff. And you have all these, that's like meeting of the minds of all these people. And then a lot of them went off and they're making their own movies now. And what they learned from like, especially 300, but Snyder has always done this, but they learned what these stunt people learned from 300 is that if you plan, like if you take the stunts seriously, you can do so much more, much more with them. And it like changed the game. And so you look at something like John Wick or whatever, and really all they're doing is just what Snyder has always done, which is plan this stuff out ahead of time, shoot the stunt viz for it, put it all together, and then when you come to shoot, you're like, oh yeah, no, we've done this already. Now we just need to put it on the nice camera with costume.
The nice camera.
Which I learned also. I guess Snyder shoots his own stunt viz. So like if you've seen that BVS Warehouse,
that's him doing it. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, it's shot by Snyder.
I mean,
Army.
That's the Warehouse, in 2013 or whenever that was shot. Like this is, he's the director of the movie, and like a lot of directors like don't even know the name of their stunt coordinator. So,
which is why with Zack Snyder. Sorry, go ahead. With Zack Snyder's Justice League, when I see those stunt videos that the team, leaked right around like on November 18th, it's like, I want to know what those fight scenes are going to look like, because I have a feeling that I'm just going to be like, melting in my seat.
Well, I mean, shot of is it Atlin in the history lesson, like doing with the trident, like killing people and stabbing.
Oh my god! We're gonna see it next year. But no. Like speaking of like long takes, I mean, look at, what I'm so excited about when it comes to Matt Reeves' Batman. I mean, we only saw they only filmed 25 to 30%. And then, you talk about long takes. So like when he beats the shit out of that one guy, it's like one take where it's just bat, 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 and then it's just, and then it has one cut where it shows the guys, and then and then it just on vengeance, and it's like, what the hell did I just watch? I mean, I know Meg, you probably like died when that happened.
Oh yes, yeah.
I mean, so did I. The fact that Robert Pattinson made me go, I want to travel back to my 2011 self and be like, dude, the vampire, the sparkly guy you're making fun of right now. Guess what? Yeah.
But that back shot of him where he's rising up.
Oh my god.
One of the best gifts.
Well, and then also like the shot that you get the shot of him like grappling. It's like I'm looking at the clips going, okay, this is 25-30% of this movie, and this is like the most Batman a Batman has ever Batmaned. And no shade to Snyder and Affleck and what they did there, but you're also getting a year 2 Batman where he's walking to a crime scene with Gordon, and it's just for me. It's yes, Affleck currently is my favorite Batman because he's that Frank Miller Batman who I just utterly adore. I mean, you've seen how many copies of Dark Knight Returns I own, and it's just like, but if I can get. Well, you should pay more attention. but to see Pattinson going, this is a movie that, because it's a solo Batman movie, which means you're getting the opportunity to see him do more Batman things, and the more detective stuff I can see, the more give me the detective work with the, beat the utter shit out of criminals.
The sheer potential. Yes, the sheer potential that Matt Reeves will bring to the table. I think.
Oh my god!
Just that one small trailer, you get so much potential. Like if you're a Batman fan, what you're gonna get during this trilogy, like it's hard to see that no one else did it yet, and that's very exciting for Batman. Either way, 1:17 a.m. So I'm probably gonna
I get it. I get it, Shred.
I've become known to give one small soliloquy out of here, of course.
Yes,
so.
please.
But
this time I'll leave you with one last thought.
Yeah, this time I'm gonna shout everyone out. So Chris, Ben, Scott, you guys already know you guys are legends in my book. Keep doing your thing. Amanda, Meg, you guys keep inspiring, keep empowering people. Love what you guys are doing throughout your platform. Steven, you already know you're my brother. And Dave, hope you had a good birthday, man. All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
All right. See you around.
Look at this.
Bye.
Love you. I love that Shiraz guy. Such a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
Man. But back to Batman.
Well, I was going to say
we got these Superman simps in here. Sorry, Chris. And
I know we're talking about favorites
Chris.
and everything, but per Scott's point, I have The Dark Knight Returns and Long Halloween on my shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And I read both of them when I can. I don't think and they're different. I'm not like, oh, I wish I didn't have to throw one of these away forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? They're two different Batmans. I mean, they are, but it's one's at the end of the rope, and one's almost it's like the beginning of the rope, Yeah. And it's two different takes, and when
Tim Sale is amazing, but man, I want to go read that book now. And I'm talking.
I know, right? Yeah.
But well, we got as soon as Shiraz left, we got Mr. Garza showing up.
Hey,
drink, sir. Catch up.
I only joined.
Praise the Lord.
I only joined. I literally was like, should I join? I was debating. I was like, man, you guys keep talking about things that I don't really know. I didn't watch Amazing Spider-Man. Don't give a shit about it. Sorry. And you started talking about old movies that you guys first saw in the theaters and edited movies on. I was like, fuck, man, I'm not, I can't really join into that. So I was like, fuck, am I even going to join? And I was like, you know what? It was your birthday. I gotta fucking come on.
Yeah.
You need some
man.
You need some kind of shit. I gotta ask you, dude. What the fuck did you do for your birthday? I know you said you were gonna go to friends, but
no,
that's not what I'm asking you. That's not what I'm asking.
Okay.
What are you gonna do for your birthday? Okay.
No.
I didn't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, 55 is a big one.
I know, it really is. Jesus Christ. Big number. I mean, my God. No. Tomorrow I'm just having a little thing in my friend's house. I'm not going to have it here because my apartment's kind of small and the parking sucks. So I was like, I hit up my buddy. I was like, hey.
Batman won't get off the couch.
Yeah. And so it's just we're just going to hang out. We might go to the brewery that's over there, and that's about it,
Yes.
Ooh, bars are open?
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a brewery right over there, right across the hill. So
wear your mask to your table, but then you take it off once your food arrives.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the bars. So in Austin, all the bars are open if they serve food. They have literally found a loophole. And I'm like, dude, we're not. I drove by one of our bars down south. It's called Moon Tower, and literally, there's fucking maybe several hundreds of people just gathered. I'm like, what the fuck? We're just, Austin is, they don't, apparently we don't give a shit. We're liberal apparently, but we don't give a shit about wearing masks.
That is liberal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the only blue in the red state of Texas, which is fucking ironic. But no, the only reason why I was asking you about that is just, I feel like, with your birthday and all, are you gonna
like what?
Be around anybody special or
friends? It's friends. It's literally special friends.
A lot.
Dude, see, if you were to move to Austin,
what you'd have hookers and blow
that dude is bad influence. His bad influence.
Those are your words, by the way.
where they live as the place where we want Dave to move so he doesn't fall off the west side of the United States.
I know. I need.
We're afraid it might happen. You're either gonna burn or fall off.
Yeah. Recently, I'm like, I need to get out of this. I need to get out of California. California has just turned into a big shit show, and I'm like, all right. I've been wanting to move.
We need to go to Kepler 22B if you want to really have some fun.
Pray Soul.
Yeah, Pray Soul. By the way, you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
I think so.
Apparently not.
Raised by Wolves.
Raised by Wolves.
Yeah. Okay.
Please tell me you guys have seen the.
I'm only 4 episodes in. I'm only four episodes in. I got to catch up.
That show is so good.
It's really good.
2 more.
That show ended. I literally went, "What the fuck am I watching?" Like, holy shit! And I'm not even gonna like give you any kind of like spoiler.
Don't.
No, it's so good. No, don't do it.
Yeah, the show is just so like because you think it's going somewhere. You're like, I kind of like I have an idea. I think I know what it's gonna do, and then nope.
It's none of the idea we even discussed because like you have theories, but it's always like something close to your theories. But
like
with this one,
wait to finish it.
Well,
Meg, Meg, have you watched it, Meg? You haven't watched it, have you?
Not yet. No.
I see you just sitting like, no, we got to be careful with Meg. Meg, you got to catch up.
I know. Sorry.
Stop sleeping.
Stop sleeping. Okay, I won't sleep again.
Well, so not only that Raised by Wolves, but The Boys. Like I can't get enough of either show. And I'm
those are the two best shows.
Yeah. The Boys is hitting Netflix level numbers, dude. Like that's.
I'm sorry.
That's what I read.
I literally thought you said The Voice, and I was like, "What?" I was in shock.
No.
Arthur's an Adam Levine fan. You didn't know this?
Imagine John watching that. I wonder who's gonna sing tonight.
My mom loves that show, and it was like when it would be on Sundays, and I'd go to her house, and I'm just like, I would just like cringe and just make fun of like the whole thing. I'm like, this is, I hate it. I hate that show. I hate all of the talent.
Well, I know that you guys were talking about Justice League for a little bit, just for a tad bit, and I wanted to kind of speak a little bit on it. I feel like, for me personally,
a little bit,
just a little bit. I feel like, and this is just something that I was kind of told, but kind of not really. That with Justice League, apparently there was going to be some additional photography this month, right? That was like the big thing for October.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's gonna like actually like I feel like it's gonna happen, but I don't feel like it's gonna happen like early. What do you guys think?
I don't see it happening like it's not gonna happen like this weekend or like next week. I don't know. It's really I mean, when it comes to all that, it's very interesting because obviously with COVID and everything, the pandemic and all that stuff, I'm sure there's all of that, but at the same time, it's like, trying to get certain people together. To me, when it talked about like everybody getting together, I'm like, is that everybody that's going to be coming together, or is it just going to be like two of the main actors? That's the thing. I don't know if it's going to be like as many as as was claimed. I don't know.
Well, it's not going to be anything massive. Like
crazy.
They're shooting, ironically, for anybody who has been around, will either laugh or cry when I say this. But from my understanding, it is just minor reshoots to add some connective tissue.
Yeah, right.
We heard that one before.
Yeah, and that's like kind of like the big thing, though, right? I mean, let's put it in numerical terms, right? 40 millions to fix everything else, right? Let's just assume that that's fixing literally all the VFX. Okay, not fixing it, but completing it. That means there's 30 million. That's going to be for what? Is that new visual effects? Or
catering
contracts.
Yeah. What is that?
Like in sushi.
There's a lot of stuff that was shot that wasn't like, so everything, for example, like everything in the history, or like there's a lot of stuff that needs to be redone, because even if the VFX that they did like for the theatrical, like on the history lesson, was good, it wasn't done at the 33-1. So they need to either redo it, or if they can add on to they don't animate that because that's extra cost that they're not going to show. So they need to add stuff like that. And also some of that stuff is going to be extended. I mean, that third act, even the stuff that was done, which was, like, let's say they just need to recolor it. They don't. There's all sorts of other stuff. That third act is also, like, look at Man of Steel and compare that to Justice League and look at how long that third act is. It's not just the third act, but it's like his third act always comes in like you have Batman fights Superman, then Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman fight Doomsday. Like, it bleeds right into each other, right? Yeah. Or in Man of Steel, you have Smallville that escalates into Metropolis. And the theatrical cut, all that we know about is they just show up in Russia and just fight people and it's over, right?
We saved the Russian family. Okay.
What escalation happened there? There is like half of a third act missing, and like that's the most expensive part of the movie, right? That's almost
always.
And so, but considering, and if you look at like what even Cavill even said this, is that you look at stuff like the history lesson or something like the third act, it's really easy to extend that stuff because you're already working with almost 100% CG environments. I think Snyder even said that Batman shot blocking the Parademon blast is basically 100% fabricated.
Oh, yeah, he was in front of a green screen, just yeah, come on.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at the materials that's in it, and that's what's interesting, right? I mean, you kind of think, all right, well, in a way, just like what they did with the trailer shot. Remember when we see Wonder Woman and Aquaman kind of look up?
Yeah,
we saw the background of the tunnel fight, and all of a sudden,
yeah.
And so we don't know if that's like, this is something that I was thinking about, and I mean, let's just assume that the League, and I say the League, but we have Flash, Wonder Woman, and Batman. Those three are the main three that technically are willing to join, right? Because you have Flash that's willing to join. You have Batman and Superman, or Batman and Wonder Woman that are obviously, they're joined already at the end of BVS. And the two people that are like kind of hesitant are Aquaman and Cyborg. So I feel like they go into that tunnel first, just those three. Like, that's why we've seen multiple photos of just those three.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I feel like, okay, Batman does find the Parademon nest. He's with Flash and Wonder Woman. They're just in a different area. So he finds them. We see that happening. They realize that they're overwhelmed. They have to leave and kind of regroup. I feel like we're going to see Batman and not only Wonder Woman and Flash, but kind of regroup like 3 or 4 times throughout this entire miniseries, because if they're going and seeing in the tunnel, they can't last. They go back with Cyborg, and then Aquaman shows up. Okay, cool. Well, fine. Well, now they're going to
in a hole made in the wall.
Which is weird. It's not even a hole. It's just some drain. We have no idea about, right?
Yeah, like why is all that water? Yeah, it's kind
correct.
Yeah.
Well, and he just goes
it's such a weird
at that hole, like right as it.
And then as Steppenwolf is leaving, like it's just a weird circumstance. But then you have them join up again in the Batcave or hangar, and they're talking about bringing Superman together, right? Or bringing Superman back. Well, when they do that and they get their ass handed to them, they obviously aren't going to be like, okay, well, we got our ass beat by Superman, so let's try to go beat Steppenwolf. Like, no, dude, they're going to be like, what the fuck are we doing then? If we can't even beat Superman, how the fuck are we going to beat a new god, right? Okay. So there's going to be some tension, and something's got to happen to where, and for me personally, I don't really see how Superman can really join with the League, except for literally like the last moment, like that Hail Mary of Steppenwolf almost defeating him. And it's kind of weird to think of that, right?
He's also a big fan of Justice. I mean, that's why he joins back, right? I thought that was that's not a Snyder shot. What the shit? Damn it. Yeah, I know.
You think he's going to be the reluctant hero?
Well, he's going to be reluctant at first, of course.
Yeah, because that's the whole point of him having the black suit. And that's why I'm saying, like, it's really weird to think about how the Justice League film, how it was originally intended, because that's what you got to remember. We're going back to that version. We're not going back to, okay, well, how did you get the house? Oh, well, the bank, I bought the bank. Like, no, dude, that shit's not fucking happening.
Yeah.
That's not even close to happening. And so you got to think about this. Okay, well, if he obviously shot the league standing there, they have to join up somehow, right? But then again, you also think about, well, he also shot that shirt rip. Like, what if that's really not the way his Justice League was supposed to end? Like, that was how his Justice League 2 was going to end, and he was just shooting it so he can have it for some whatever.
Yeah, we've talked about that many times. Though, like that's most likely later, but that was like a compromise.
Well, the shirt
it doesn't seem like
he doesn't have the red and blue suit. He's still in the black suit at that point in Zach's story. So that basically, unless that's a black shirt rip, but I think that was added. My assumption is that was added as a alternate ending for Superman because the other one wasn't where Johns wanted him to be at that point in the arc.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, and that brings me to mind. Well, what was the ending of that Justice League movie that that needed that point to go? Well, we need an alternative take. You know what I mean?
But what if some of that stuff was supposed to be used in on the sequel? Because that could have been also a part of that. I mean, that shot right there, because there was a rumor that he was going to shoot back-to-back 1 and 2. Yeah. So could it been that he scrapped the whole thing, just shot one movie, or could it been that he held on to a couple of shots? Okay, I need to shoot this shot now that I'm the opportunity, so I could use them later on the sequel.
Well, there was never a script written for 2, at least not one that was like ready to go. And then also, I think that if Johns and Berg and etc. were going to say we're going away from your story and we're going to
sorry.
Yes. And everything like we're going to accelerate Hope and Optimism and move away from that Snyder story. I don't see them going to a point that he had in his arc later on. I see them going to a different arc like they tried to do with Legion of Doom and etc. So
etc.
It reminds me of Kevin Wendell Crumb.
Yes.
Actually, it's not Kevin Wendell Crumb though. That is the kid, whatever the kid's name is, the kid persona.
Yeah.
Movie.
One of the best personas. Sorry. I know I totally just like tangent it to that Shyamalan universe.
That's all right. All I was gonna do was I was gonna bring it back to literally what I've been talking about and I've been on a tangent for what feels like a week. Is that Snyder, what he was planning on doing was shocker, having Lois die, right, at the end, because we were gonna see a Superman not sure how to handle that at the end of Justice League 1. And so what that goes into is how does this being that is the most powerful in our world react to the loss of a significant other? Because, I mean, you talk about humanizing this unhumanizing character, period, that nobody's been able to like get to, and you bring that into Superman, and you go, okay, this is the most powerful being in the world. And again, I had mentioned this on the Real Emotion podcast. That's for you guys. And
I need to re-up.
What I realized was Snyder was, if this is how the situation was going to play out, we don't know the exact context of when this happens or how it happens, right? But if Superman can't deal with that law, he can't stop that. He can't prevent it. Like whenever Paul Kent was having a heart attack, he couldn't prevent that from happening. So imagine him doing this exactly the same way, but only it's Lois, and Bruce is the one that was keeping her there, and Superman has no idea about it. He's like, well, dude, what were you doing with her, first off? Like, why is she in the cave? Why were you there? Why didn't you tell me about it so I can maybe help? And what the fuck, dude? Like, you gotta imagine that he's probably pissed off not only at Bruce, but also he just lost his world. Like, how does this Superman react to that? That's what I'm curious about. So, that's why I think that there is no shirt rip. I mean, you can't have a shirt rip with.
There's not going to be a shirt rip. There's not going to be a shirt rip. I don't think, because it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit in the context of, like, if you really think about it, when you think about everything. I mean, like we said, we've said like that was like a compromise. The studio wanted it. The guy with the ball cap wanted it. He wanted all that, because when you do the shirt rip, I mean, obviously it's like the normal, I mean, why? It's all weird. I mean, even though it's like he was probably going to use that later, which is fine. That's perfectly fine because that's iconic. That's definitely iconic. You want to eventually get to that point where it's like you have a Clark Kent that looks up and goes, "Okay, time for me to do some shit," and then do the shirt rip for sure. But it's definitely not going to be at the end of this
season. And using Chris Wong as the linchpin of this idea, the fact that, Snyder agreed and even mentioned that the A around the globe was the Scarlet Letter, right? And Scott can attest to this. The fucking theme of Scarlet Letter is adultery. I mean, that's the fucking whole thing, right? So we don't know that.
I know. That's one of the theories about Lois cheating on him. I'm like,
it's not. Well, it's not necessarily. It's not necessarily that she's cheating on him. It's the fact that it's just that it's planted in his head.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The doubt that it's planted in his head.
Okay.
Yeah, because right there, we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what the fuck happened in timeline A, and I'm gonna reference that because that's what we talked about on Real Emotion. Is we don't know what happened in timeline A for that situation to happen. Okay.
Yeah.
I like this version of Superman that is far less cold, like Dr. Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and so this Superman is literally saying she was my world, and you took her from me. He's not saying you killed her or she died in your hand or she died on your watch. He's just literally saying you took her from me. And right there, that implies two things. One, that Superman views women as possession, you know what I mean? Which is not how you really want to view people. But two, it was something that was personal to him. And when he takes that mask off or when he takes the cowl off, he's not surprised that it's Bruce. He knows who it is. And so that makes me think that it's a very personal situation. Like the super soldiers aren't killing Bruce. They're willing to take him and hold him down. And another thing that I was bringing to Ben was in this timeline, he never got that leech into Lex Luthor's house. It's the whole reason why he's still looking for kryptonite. Like if everything in the BVS timeline happened the way it happened in timeline A and timeline B, you wouldn't, Doomsday would have died and you would have had that spear with pure kryptonite. Batman's not going to give that to the U.S. government. Like he's gonna take that from, whatever, put it in a display or something in the Batcave. But the fact that Snyder,
the box that the kryptonite, that doesn't necessarily matters, I guess, to that point. But the box that the kryptonite comes in BVS is the same box as in the Nightmares sequence, which I think kind of implies that maybe in the timeline of the Nightmare he doesn't get the kryptonite.
He doesn't even know about it because he's literally asking, "Hey, did you find it? Did you get the rock?" He's entrusting other people with it that he thinks are on his side, right? Like this is Batman we're going to talk about. Like he's completely caught off guard that he's now just been not only tricked but surrounded. All his team is getting shot. He's going out, and so I think with that like timeline, using Chris Wong's adultery. Right? He has no idea why.
You don't have to name it Chris Wong.
I just love the name.
I see what you're saying. We're talking about the branding.
So, but that Scarlet Letter, like the fact that A represents the Scarlet Letter, Scott, could it mean anything else other than adultery?
Well, I mean, I was thinking about a lot of. I mean, I think it could mean adultery. I've been meaning to go back and dig through the BVS reference thread in Vero to see what some of the other what were the interpretations that Zach interacted with, because he didn't interact with all of the interpretive material, but there were ones that he would say he would either agree with or like with mine, where he gave some constructive feedback where he was like, I liked this part. Let me give you a little bit of a wink about this part and allowed you to like continue on from there. It felt very good. It was like, oh yeah, you're a teacher. You know how this works. But no, I thought the Scarlet Letter when I saw the A as well. But it also reminds me of Chris. Did you ever read that Tom King Superman story that was published? Up in the Sky. It was originally those Walmart 100-page giants.
Oh, I remember those.
There was one issue, one of the stories that was like the 10 Deaths of Lois Lane, and it's all about Superman having a complete. Superman's out in deep space. He's on this mission that's part of the arc of all the different stories, and he can't get in touch with Lois, and so he's just having like this panic attack, imagining all the horrible things that could be happening to Lois, because why else wouldn't she be picking up the phone? And I almost feel like that idea of you took her from me could be something. That, because I wonder if it was just dealing with that ultra protectiveness of where was she? I almost wonder if it's something like Batman knows he needs to protect Lois because Lois is the key. He takes her, doesn't tell Superman, because what's more of a Batman move than
not telling anybody.
Not telling anybody.
Right.
Superman had a freak out about that, and Lois still ends up dead.
That's what I felt, that it was. She died under his watch, and probably because Superman is already on the succumb to the anti-life equation. Even Darkseid, who's a master manipulator, probably already told him or gave him a vision like, dude, it was Batman who let her die or died on his watch, or he did something to them.
Or it just pushes him to that ultra paranoid of, I'm going to blame you.
Yeah. Well, when you're talking about the idea of the anti-life equation is in play, and so we're talking about the ideas of loss and betrayal, right? And so the loss, she dies however it happens. That I don't think needs much further examination, because that's probably enough. But the added betrayal of Bruce is a thing that I think probably works better for the story. I don't think it works if there's actual infidelity going on. I think that's really bad for Lois's character.
Yeah, it is. And that's what I was going to say. Like, it's just implied. It's not meant to be like, yeah, that really happened. It's just that's what Superman thinks.
Yeah, but because we're talking about the anti-life equation, I think it makes perfect sense for him to connect those dots on his own.
Yeah,
and say, you took her from me.
Yeah, but some people were making that correlation because of like the shirt, like, oh, is that actually Bruce Kid? Because
that's what I was gonna say.
You got the little sperm thing going down, and it's like, no, come on, let's have a little more faith.
Well, because the sperm is coming, if I remember the design correctly, and Steven, you've got it drawn right there. Steven, reference it for me. I mean, isn't the sperm? Isn't the sperm dripping?
Dripping?
Jeez,
No, dripping where? No, keep going.
I need Steven. I need your attention, please.
Oh, boy.
Is the sperm coming off of the sword, or is it coming from the Batman symbol?
Well,
dude. So, really?
So the coffin with the W is being stabbed by the sword, and there is like, it looks like rain under that, which might be blood or something.
Tears.
Or tears. But there is something trickling down from that.
Something dripping.
But then below the bat signal, it looks like on one side there is obviously a sperm. On the other side, it might be a tear or a blood drop.
Again, menses.
I think it's a tear.
What? All right, Amanda, what do you see?
I mean, from what he drew, that's definitely the sperm coming from the.
There it is. It's man juice.
Oh man.
There you go. The real.
We're already like we're like 2 hours and 45 minutes into this thing. Of course, we couldn't take this seriously. No, I see Scott going, children. Again, being the teacher. Yeah, I get it.
Well, so here's another thing that I was going to bring up too about this nightmare situation, right?
Yeah.
So that Batman in the nightmare, the timeline A, he dies, gets killed by Superman. However, he gets either way, that ends that like timeline, right? So that's done. But here's what I was thinking, and this is just we don't know how the third film was going to be, but let's just assume, and I know this is going to sound like I'm talking crazy, but whatever.
Nah.
So Lois dies.
Yeah, I was gonna say no.
So Lois, because this is gonna like when I say this, because when I say this,
you said that Lois is gonna
be
fuck
like
Batman, so yeah.
No. when I say this, you're gonna be like, nah, dude, they're not gonna fucking do that. Or you're gonna be like, nah, you're just talking shit. But here, listen, think about it, right? So if Lois was the crazy fucking hard idea that they were just scared to do, that they were like, no, we can't do this. Superman just died. We can't have Lois die in Justice League 1. I'm betting that not only would she have died in Justice League 1, but Justice League 2, that's when I know this is crazy. That's when we see Batman sacrifice himself, right? Justice League 2, he sacrificed himself. Because now you have Superman losing his significant other, but now all of a sudden his significant other gets saved, but his confidant, his best buddy, I guess, if you will, somebody that relates to him, gets killed and replaces him.
What if
they realize that they're missing this Batman for Justice League 3, right? They need somebody. And so guess what? What they do is, well, because they know about this nightmare timeline, this nightmare version, they find a way to send Flash to go get that Nightmare Batman before he's dead, because all of his other friends are dead. They grab that Batman so that he can actually be present in this other third timeline.
I don't like that idea.
Why? You need a Batman in Justice League 3. You're not going to just...
Well,
you can't just not have a Batman.
We're going to go back, because we have this...
When we talk about Justice League 1, 2, and 3 and what happens in which movie, it's really important to remember that the plan swapped back and forth between.
Thank you so
I knew that's what you were laughing at, because I laughed at it too. I was like,
that's my thing.
The plan swapped back and forth between 2 and 3 movies.
Ray Park energy
Multiple times during planning.
Chris Evans.
So there is a universe in which everything that we know of for part 2 and 3 happened in Justice League 2. And so when we learn something like Batman was supposed to die in Justice League 2, without direct confirmation from Snyder, we don't have a way of knowing whether or not that means he dies at the end or if it means he dies in number 2 of 3. Because we don't know which version of 2 that is. Is it the 2 that ends everything? Or is that
it kept on changing?
2 that is part 2 of, or part 4 of 5.
Because I always thought, because I guess my vision of it would be, if you have a 5-film arc, like, that's going to be your climax of 3. Like, you end the saga with the League mourning the death of Batman and giving birth to their baby and naming him Bruce in memory of him.
Right.
Yeah. I'm also on that
in theater. Right there.
Yeah, because to me it makes more sense to go that route, because if you kill him at the end of Justice League 2 or the beginning of Justice League 3, it might play out well throughout the rest of the series, but then bringing him back, it kind of negates that sacrifice that he already made, and it will feel hollow, because one thing is not the same Batman, and I get it. Yeah, we get another Batman.
This is coming from somebody that loved Endgame. Okay.
No. Wait,
that's somebody that loved Endgame. Okay.
I'm using your fucking logic against yourself, because you said that was a stupid idea, but all of a sudden it works perfectly for Justice League. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. No, so it doesn't work. It wouldn't work. Like, if you wait until the last minute and have this big character bite the dust, at the end of the last movie, and then have everybody just like join up for whatever reason they're still not all cohesively working together, and they see Batman making that kind of sacrifice, it will pay off a whole lot better than him dying at the end of the next one or the following one, and then bring another fucking version of Batman of the last one. It's stupid.
Okay, well, hey, that's fine. Who's the villain for Justice League 2? So who's the League fight in Justice League 2?
I think Darkseid would be a villain for both 2.
Yeah.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
So what happened?
They did it with Endgame. He said baddest motherfucker in the DCU. Why not spread
how
him
does
to
it end?
movies?
How does Justice League 2 end? Like how does it like go from
he wins?
Okay, they defeat Steppenwolf. How does Darkseid? How do they end it to where they continue?
I mean, if you're gonna take it like how a trilogy should, I mean, look at how, you know, when you have like the really good trilogies, the second one always ends on a downer. You know, I mean, no matter what.
It should.
The way it always should. It always should end, you know, shittily. You know, it should be like, what the fuck? Like, seriously? Yeah. You know, I mean, so it's gonna end on something where, you know, I mean, that's why I always thought like, the end of Justice League 2, to me, it always felt like, Batman dying would be like a perfect kind of ending because it ends on such a fucking downer. But it's like, but then you go like,
if Batman sacrificed anything like Final Crisis, his sacrifice is what defeats Darkseid also. So that's why
it's not going to be that.
So that's why I'm assuming that when people say he died in Justice League 2, I think what they mean is he died at the end of the story. At the time, that was Justice League 2. But if Snyder got his full
because it kept on fluctuating according to my info. It was like, it was like 3 parts, then it was 2 parts, and then they were like, let's scrunch it into 1. Let's, you know, it kept on fluctuating because of guy with the ball cap and studio, you know, recommendations and stuff. So
I know this is sort of off topic, but I remember when Zack Snyder was in the Real Emotion podcast.
Cheers.
Wow. He mentioned that he did a lot of stuff in this movie to set up a lot of other things in this universe.
Yeah.
So it's something that I was asking myself, and I wanted to ask you guys: do you think that the HBO Max is still gonna take those elements that he put in there to expand the universe?
Meg, what do you think?
Because I mean, it will be really upsetting to see a character like Deathstroke or Green Lantern and then just never see them again.
Or Atom.
Or the Atom, of course, because we know that one is there for sure. But if we see like these other character or even making an appearance and then never see them again, that will be. I think it will be. It would put them in a bad light if they don't capitalize on that.
Okay, you didn't get the answer, Meg. What do you think?
I don't know what the question was. Sorry, I was zoned out for a second.
No, we were just talking. To be honest, for real,
we were texting each other.
Meg and
I knew it.
We were going to stare at Chris for 2 minutes dreamily, just like this.
And I just started
like he did at Snyder when Snyder was on the Real Emotion podcast. He was like this.
Yeah.
I was just like,
he was like this.
No. but to answer your question, Ben, my thoughts are like Snyder was like he always set it up, but it didn't like it's not necessarily like it had to it could
have to go anywhere,
but it didn't have to. Like he just did it because it's like, hey, people are going to recognize this. Diehard fans are going to recognize this character if I place it here. If I place this character here, they're going to recognize this. Any other person, you can capitalize on it. Go for it. If you can do it, go ahead and do it. But I'm going to set up the pieces.
Like the doctor that made
my story is not going to depend on you expanding on it. I'm going to do my story, but if you wanted to expand on it, go right ahead. But my story, I already have a beginning, middle, end.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna like set up the pieces. But yeah, if you want to decide to do something, go for it. But I'm just gonna utilize it because I think this character can work right here. People will recognize that character, like Mr. Choi. People will recognize him. But at the same time, it's like it's not gonna be like I don't need another spinoff to like help out that or anything like that. Like what Marvel does.
And I might need a little bit of Scott's help on this one. a little bit of a alley-oop maybe. But or maybe have you read Final Crisis yet?
I have not read all of it.
Okay. So we're talking about characters like we don't know what happens to Lex. We don't know what happens to Deathstroke, right? We don't know what happens to like these side villains that are introduced. Well, in Final Crisis, what's his face in the robe goes and like rounds up all the No. There's a dude he's like a messenger from Darkseid. And he like rounds up all the villains, and they like the villains end up fighting Darkseid also.
The clock guy or
no.
Man,
I don't know who you're talking about.
He's like he's like almost like a Grim Reaper looking kind of
guy. Yeah, we're not talking about the Black Rider.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I just remember
that guy.
No, it's not. Maybe you need to put it close to your camera. Yeah, that dude.
Yeah,
who's that? Is he the one that goes and rounds up like Luther and like the rogues and
what's his name?
Anyway, this is like probably really boring to look that up, but the point is that there is a.
I thought it was the Sod at first.
I
don't think it's the Sod. I mean, I don't remember the name. I just remember reading
Libra. Wintergreen.
It might be Libra.
I'm literally just
not Wintergreen.
Wintergreen.
John Cena. When Darkseid like deploys the anti-life equation, the villains are like, "This is not what we were fighting. Like, we want to rule the world too. Like, we don't want to call me Libra in the world that we want to rule." And so I don't think they teamed up with the villains, but they formed like a Legion of Doom style group to also fight back. And so if you're looking at how that's who it is. That's exactly what I'm thinking of. Is that Libra?
It says you can call me Libra.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Libra. He has a different name.
It always depend on the live chat. You can always
so if you want to know how to include that, how to include Joker, how to include Lex, that's how is you have like Suicide Squad and all those villain characters have their. I mean, look at Apocalypse War, right? Look at how Apocalypse War included all those villains in that final battle, with like Suicide Squad and stuff teaming up. Basically, look like that's how I would, So, what is Deathstroke doing? I think he's also fighting, and whatever insanity would have been the final act of this insane saga.
Interesting.
Wow, did he actually stop talking? I was expecting to continue. He just fucking stopped. Oh, okay. All right, cool, dude.
I mean,
whatever.
That's the thing. That's the thing. When Morrison goes for it, I mean,
he goes for it.
He goes for it. I mean, Morrison digs into a well that I'm like, what the? Like I was actually digging in the hole, looking up Libra, going, Libra first appeared in 1974 in Justice League of America, and I'm just like, who the hell was Libra? What the?
Digging deep, man. That's what's so great about some of this stuff. I mean, the fact that these, and when it comes to Snyder too, I mean, he knows this. He will make those deep cuts. But like we were talking about, it doesn't necessarily have to like spin off to anything, something like, he wasn't trying to be that Feige.
Do we know how long like part 2 and 3 would have been? Would have been like 4 hours too? Because if you're introducing Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman just in part 1, can't they introduce and start expanding other characters in 2 and 3? I mean, that's a massive.
Yeah, but I mean, these are
Adam having his own arc in 2 or something.
Questions. Because what?
Well, and that's the reason why you would basically have, and I don't want to get anybody's hopes up because I don't know for certain, but I'm I'm for sure that it's going to happen, but I don't know for certain. That's why you would get, okay, well, let's have a green. How are we going to introduce a Green Lantern in Justice League 2? Oh, well, you know what? Animation. Chris, I watched your video today, literally on a ping pong flick show. That's for everybody. And I didn't realize that the animation company that is doing Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, which you would literally have to go, well, that company is probably going to do any kind of Justice League film or animated film. They're the same people that did the Injustice fucking cinematic films. Like, dude, you give me any kind of prequel or any kind of Green Lantern fucking story or backstory that looks like Injustice, I'm fucking down for it, dude. I'm not gonna sit there and go, oh man, I wish it was live action. Dude, I'm all for it.
Well, and it's so cool because so many of the people that make that animation style were inspired by Snyder. And so for him to not be
working with him.
Yeah. Because
dude, that's huge. I didn't even know that. So thank you, Chris. I appreciate it.
Chris, I got a question for you. Are they related at all to anyone who worked on Love, Death, and Robots for Netflix?
Oh, I don't know.
I haven't watched that yet.
Dude,
I need to watch
Love, Death, and Robots.
Okay.
Not all of them are good. Like some of them, like but some of the gritty, like the really rated R ones.
But all I'm saying though is
rated R.
If they're gonna do, let's say that they're gonna do Army of the Dead, kind of in that same style of Injustice, the way the cinematic looks. I mean, dude, if you had a Green Lantern backstory or prequel or even
that'd be so awesome.
That would be
that'd be fucking legit. Like I would not give a shit.
Voiced by Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, of course, that's how. Yeah. And so you go, all right. Well, how would they include, or what has Green Lantern been doing? Right? You can show that with this animation that's not like 2D. It's 3D. And then you go, all right, well, what about Affleck and him doing all his stuff or any kind of prequel with Affleck? And there is so much they could do with animation to fill in all the gaps.
It's that Arkham cinematic that everyone has always said, just give me a full-length movie of this. That's exactly what they're doing with, at least with Army of the Dead, Las Vegas. But I mean, if he does any DC related like Justice League spin-off stuff, I imagine it would be with the same studio. But they're a spin-off of Digital Dimension that formed in like February of this year. So to answer Chris's question, I don't think they probably didn't have anything to do with Love, Death, and Robots. But if for anybody that hasn't watched it, watch Love, Death, and Robots.
So good.
Watch all of them.
I know. I keep on hearing.
I downloaded all for a flight to Florida, and I just watched them all back to back. My wife was texting me, shared earphones, and we're like, "Oh, damn!" Yeah.
I personally feel like we're living inside the freezer of the one in the apartment.
Yes, with the one that has Topher Grace and
oh shit! Yes, I've seen that. Yes, yeah, they're really good. They're really good.
Yeah. Oh, did you just remember?
I just remember. No, because I remember that one because like you see the people, the workers inside their fridge, and then you see his face in the background. Yes. So it's like they're moving at a different speed. I'm like, whoa, that's very deep.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, I definitely need to watch that then. Yeah.
Yes, you need to watch it. Yes.
Let's put it this way: it's produced by David Fincher and Tim Miller.
Oh wow! All right.
Oh, Tim Miller.
Tim Miller. Oh yeah.
It's like weird and dystopian. Like what's the one that I'm thinking of? Oh my gosh.
It's an anthology. It's an anthology series that adapts published science fiction stories. So every single episode is an adaptation of a short story.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Damn.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Those are really good stories.
It does sound pretty
Are they
good.
gonna do a season 2? I hope so.
Is it only one season?
There's only one season. It's like 13 episodes. Every episode's like 11 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're really good.
Really
short.
Yeah, like you don't know what's gonna happen. Like it's awesome.
Wow.
It's sort of like Black Mirror, but
yeah, I was about to say, I'm like,
that's what I was trying to think of. It's like Black Mirror, but light.
I was gonna say,
I think a little bit.
Black Mirror depresses the fucking.
Yes. Yeah, it might just like I don't know, sort of like doing acid, set and setting. Make sure you're in a good headspace before you watch an episode because 11 minutes might really fuck up your day.
Yeah, I mean, it does sound Black Mirror-ish, but I mean, it's funny because there was actually something that was posted on the timeline today where, like, I guess a couple's. I don't know if you guys saw it, but somebody there was like a couple whose son got shot, and I guess apparently they created an artificial message from him about
I saw that.
Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
That tripped me out because it was it was all computer generated from just stuff that they gathered from like his social media and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, that's freaky.
To say this message, and it was like legit. He was just standing there like he was doing a normal video, but you can kind of tell it was CGI. And I'm like, wow.
It's for a new show or
no, it was
just a real thing.
It's a real thing?
Like for parents to cope with the loss of their child.
It was trippy as hell. I tweeted it earlier. It was
technology to I don't know, dub shit seamlessly for years now. So
it's quite a trip. Like I mean, I was like, I didn't think it was real at first, and I'm like, wait, what? They actually did this? And
it's like AI plus dubbing. It's really cool.
Well, then again, the AI that they use for the algorithm that they use from Google and Facebook.
This right here.
Yeah, they pretty much know you deeply. Like all this stuff. Have you seen that
CGI right here of their son that died?
Oh my god, that is weird.
Like you could tell a little bit, but at the same time, it's like, what the hell?
That's crazy. So that's like deep fake. They just
look at that.
That's so weird.
Wow.
How somebody not let me do this if I have a lot of resources.
But what's funny is that there was an actual Black Mirror episode with what's the who played Hux in Star Wars? I can't remember his name.
Gleason.
Gleason, yes.
Because it's Brendan Gleason's son.
Yes. Donald, yeah. There's an episode of Black Mirror where
Glover.
Glover. No, but there's an episode of like a Black Mirror that has where he's in a relationship with who played Agent Carter.
Hallie Atwell.
Oh,
Yes.
well.
Do not forget Hallie Atwell.
But he just goes to work or goes somewhere. He gets in a car accident, dies, and then there's like this, there's this company that can actually bring somebody back by utilizing their social media and everything. And then she literally is like talking to him, online. That's how it starts. Then she can talk to him like voice. And you actually hear his voice, and it's like, and then they actually send a clone. It goes that far to where a clone gets sent to the house where it's like it's him, but it's not really him. But like that reminded me of that, where it was like, holy shit, we're in a Black Mirror episode. We are. I mean, we are right now in 2020. We're in a fucking Black Mirror episode.
Well, it's 2020. What would you not mean? It's like the Twilight Zone, The Outer Limits, and Black Mirror had a baby.
Yeah. It's like Black Mirror had the baby, but it didn't know if it was Outer Limits or Twilight Zone. It's a fucking fucked up Maury episode.
It is the Jerry Springer episode where we find out who the father is.
You are not the father. Outer Limits is like, yes.
Oh, man, I'm shocked Black Mirror has done an episode based on like a Jerry Springer type show.
Oh wow!
See how creative I am. See, I can't write this shit down.
It's already demented enough. How do you twist that more?
You guys watch The Social Dilemma on Netflix?
I haven't
watched it yet.
No.
You gotta watch it.
I'm afraid.
A lot of stuff will. I only left Twitter and Instagram because of the Real Anarchy page.
That's why I'm afraid to watch.
But I got rid of everything. This is fucking weird. How because for instance, like whenever you're on Facebook and you see a commercial or something that you spoke about, it's not because you spoke about it. It's because the system knows in advance that you want to talk about that or purchase that item. Isn't that fucking? That's how much it knows you. The algorithm knows you.
We won't know that the robots have taken over until it's too late.
Yeah. There you go.
For me, I don't know what it is that I'm doing wrong or right, but I've never been as scared by that algorithm because Facebook ads exclusively show me things that I just ordered.
That's what I don't
understand.
So I'll like buy some new shoes on Amazon. It's like, hey, Steven.
Your algorithm is always drunk.
And I'm like, thanks. You're clearly on top of things, Facebook.
No, it's like, hey, do you realize I have that right now? Like it came in the mail like today.
It's a good job. I mean, I definitely would like that last week.
Last week. Yeah. No, it always does that. But sometimes though, what freaks me out is when you're talking about something and then you go on Instagram and you're scrolling through and then the thing you talked about is like it's like an ad and you're like, wait a minute. you know, I mean, sadly, I mean, my mom does have she has an Alexis and a Google Home. And I'm like, God, you have like 2 microphones literally right here. Like
Big Brother away from me
to us. Yeah. Like, what the hell are you doing? But I mean, it is pretty crazy where we are right now and all that stuff. We're in a Black Mirror episode, and I'm in California.
I like to talk to my secret agent person who's listening to my conversations.
Yeah, you gotta wonder, like, is there somebody just like going
inappropriate? And then I'll be like, make sure to write that in my record, secret agent person who's listening.
She never says anything inappropriate.
Never say anything.
Never at all. I know we kind of veered off the subject, but I mean, it's just the way it is. But no, I wanted to ask Amanda, how are you enjoying being part of the live stream community?
I mean, I just really like being able to connect with all of these really awesome women in like a community that
we're women now. Cool. I like
it's true. No. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about
No. I was just talking about live stream in general, but yeah, I get it. The mayhem. I always forget the name.
She's proud that she gets to do her own plug.
See. Meg, drink.
I don't have any left.
Rookie.
I know.
Well, I mean, to be fair, she is like way ahead of us.
I mean, I don't know. Like I'm always the most animated person in the room, so it's kind of nice because I feel very normal next to you. But I also I just try to remember the rule that my college professor taught me freshman year, which has helped, which is like be the third person to talk about everything. Yeah. Just shut your fucking mouth and then you can talk.
And you do like, don't you do like, what I forgot exactly what you do for like a living that has to do with a lot of talking and inspiration. And
I'm a freelance speech coach. So I did competitive public speaking in high school and college at Bradley University, which is a extremely competitively successful college speech team. And now, I don't know, some years after that, I now coach Bradley University and University of Illinois, Chicago speech teams. So that's like what I do a lot of hours a week. So it's a lot of, honestly, like I was virtual coaching last year. So I kind of have a head start on like everybody else on how to effectively virtual coach and build rapport with people I've never met through Zoom calls. So this year doesn't feel like so much of an adjustment, but it is weird because speech tournaments are in person usually. And like, it's kind of like running a track meet where each person runs an individual lap on their personal track and then sends in their time, which is different, than like a track meet. Yeah. So it's been interesting to like get everyone adjusted to the idea of competing in a year where like, what the hell? I mean, I don't know. I interact with kids that are Z every day. And they're like, the world's fucking ending tomorrow. So I guess let's buy bikes and like start a bike gang. Like the kids on my team started a bike club. And by club, I mean a bike gang. They started a bike gang.
like bicycles?
Yes, like bicycles, like a bike gang. Like kids who ride around on bicycles together at night.
Bicycle
in Peoria.
Scott, it looked like you were going to say something.
Meg, the Funko Superman Walmart just went live.
Oh shit! Order many, Meg. Remember, we have our exchange program. I will find any kind of exclusive you need to get that.
Okay.
And again, has the guy who fucking punched Rick Moranis been caught?
Oh man, I hope they find that fucker.
Sorry, I was watching the basketball game and they're showing it on the news right now, and I'm like, you know, it's like, oh, Trump got COVID. Okay, but fucking somebody punched Rick Moranis. Jesus Christ!
I've got to say, I've been like really like kind of rolling my eyes a little bit. All like, oh, 2020 is the worst year ever, and it's like, I'm not saying it's great by any stretch, but like, I think sometimes I feel like a lot of it is just kind of like exaggerated in some ways.
Oh yeah, it can be.
COVID is bad.
When
you know,
there's
so much bad stuff going on. So I don't mean to be like none of it's bad, but I think that people enjoy kind of massaging. Just
hyperbolic.
Bad year. The reason I'm saying that is to say that I thought that until Rick Moranis got punched, and then I was like, all right.
but at the same time, I'm like,
what I needed to confirm.
What do you?
Yes, this is the darkest timeline.
What's the name?
The thing is, you know what's so meta about this? You know what's so meta?
3.0 now or something.
The thing is that they did a video and said, you know what? At least we got Rick Moranis back. And all of a sudden he get punched in the face.
No, Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds brought him back. And he even I like Ryan Reynolds' tweet today when he was like, he said something, I'm paraphrasing, like, oh, I brought Rick Moranis back and I not for this or something like that. I hope he's okay. Blah blah blah. I was like, oh, poor Rick. Well, poor Reynolds.
We haven't heard from Rick Moranis until Ryan Reynolds.
Exactly. I'm like, oh shit, that must. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what his tweet was. It was something to that matter, but I know I was like, oh man, you feel bad for Reynolds because he did do all that.
It's that butterfly effect. If he wouldn't have fucked with him, he would have stayed in his ass. None of this shit would have happened to him.
At the same time, I'm like, oh man. Let's see. Oh yeah, this was it right here.
And this is gonna be a bag boy at a Publix. Like
this is it right here. Should have known not to subject Rick to the year 2020. Okay. Jeez.
Yikes. Damn it.
Man, I know this year's been crazy. It's been
to the cliffhanger,
dude. I mean, I lost an uncle at the beginning, and then I just recently lost an aunt. It's like, fuck, man.
Sorry about that.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it's really crazy. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just this year's been nuts. Like right now, one of my cousins is actually going through COVID. I'm like, good God. She's all right. She already got past through the bad part, but it's like it's just nuts, This year, I mean, I can't even remember the beginning of this year, to be honest.
We were talking, Stephen, earlier today. I was playing things from my Google playlist that I had liked or what thumbs up, right? And he was like, how old is this song? And I was like, November 2019 or whatever. He's like, holy crap, it feels like it's 5 years old. Like so much since November 2019.
I'm just thinking about the fact that my 4-year-old was the only one who actually got to have a birthday party this year. And the rest of us all had Rona, Dave, just recently, we all had Rona birthdays. And it's like, this sucked.
Yeah, I mean, tomorrow I'm just like I said, it's just a few friends. I think we're all good with it. We're not going to really do anything crazy. We're just going to hang out mainly at the house, order some pizzas, and just fucking, drink and smoke cigars. That's what we're going
to out. It's fine.
Yeah. We're going to be all good.
My thing is that I want to go back to I got to see New Mutants. I got to see Tenet. And now it's like, I've got nothing else to go to the movies for, and all the movie theaters that I have, they all show movies at like 6:45 and 7 o'clock, and it's like that doesn't fucking work for me. I can't go to a movie. Like one time, I can when it first started back, it was like, okay, honey, I'm making wheeling and dealing. Okay, 7 o'clock. I know that's the bedtime. I'm sorry. Can I go see the movie? Now it's like can you give me a 9? Can you give me a 9? An 8:30? Something.
Like right in the middle, like that dinner time, that when everybody's awake. Like that. It's like
what you gotta do the 2:30. You just gotta bite the bullet, take the half day.
No, but there is no 2:30.
That's the thing.
It's the 6 o'clock. It's at 6:45, 7. That's the only time they're showing movies.
That's crazy.
You know what's funny too is like somebody in my mentions was like, "Hey, my movie theaters are coming back." Or I think actually somebody in the live chat.
It was Jay.
I'm like, cool. What are they going to show you? Empire Strikes Back? I mean,
Hocus Pocus.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will watch Hocus Pocus in theaters.
I saw Hocus Pocus back in the day. I was there.
Well, you saw what Cinemark is doing now. Cinemark is now doing
Alita.
But they're also doing group rates of their. Like this is something that has been available before, but they're like marketing it differently now.
Yeah.
Where they're saying like get 20 of your friends, pay $99 and bring whatever Blu-ray you want to watch.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. Whoa.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Which like I think makes a lot of sense for the future of movie theaters anyway, because really like once everybody has like home theaters and stuff is available on demand, and there's so much good like brand new stuff on streaming. Like what do movie theaters offer? And it's like, well, what they're offering is the screen. Well, if they're offering the screen, why do you have to
the chairs?
Why do you have to worry?
And the
what they're offering is the venue, but the content isn't necessarily special. How do you monetize that? Like, the way you monetize that is by allowing people to utilize it for whatever content they want, and that way you fill whatever screen you can, and then also birthday parties and whatever. Watch whatever you want.
And I love the fact that a bunch of directors came together and signed that bill to try to bail him out. But I was hoping. I mean, obviously, I think a lot of us were hoping that Christopher Nolan was going to save the movie theaters. I think Tenet would have, if everything was open, it would have killed. But the fact that the biggest markets were fucked,
But also,
does it have a longer showing in theaters? Yeah,
it's done pretty well internationally. What I'm really curious to see is like, of course, it's going to do poorly over opening weekend. What I'm really curious is like how many weekends it makes 1 to 2 million.
Yeah,
because it's got no especially now like
good.
It has no competition. It owns.
They have no reason to take it
owns
out.
the Prime screen and it owns the IMAX screen right now.
And everybody wants to see it, and they'll go see it.
Real quick before I get off, I just want to say, if Tenet was good, it might actually do better. But whatever. That's what I'm going out on.
You didn't like it. You didn't like
it. No, not at all, man. Like not for me having to risk my life to go see it. Like I was like, dude, I gotta watch this at fucking home, dude. You kidding me? I gotta pause it. Wait it. I gotta fast forward. I was like,
man, you gotta have that crisp sound, that bong.
Yeah, could have fucking had it here.
This guy's riled up, man.
Yeah,
look at Scott's face, dude.
I know. I know. And you know what?
No, I'm with you, Scott.
Shame on Scott because I tried having a fucking Tenet spoiler review.
I know.
Guess what? We never fucking got to it because people haven't seen it. I am sorry. Guess what? Tenet was not the fucking greatest film of all goddamn time.
You weren't thinking that.
I didn't say it was, but
no. I'm not saying Scott is. I'm not saying Scott has said that.
Listen.
All I'm saying is that this fucking film, Tenet, was built up to be like, oh, you need to go see this. It's going to restart all of fucking theaters. No, it wasn't, dude. I went, okay. Well, fuck that film, dude. Sorry.
No. The fact that it was an original movie that was going to be like, try to help this shit, not like a fucking sequel, not a fucking CBM, not anything, not a reboot, not a remake, not nothing. The fact that it was something original. That's
cool.
What I'm all about.
You know what? And you know what? Fucking congratulations, Chris. You did not you, Chris Wong. I just say Chris Nolan. You did an original idea. Cool, man. But when it got to that original fucking idea, I went, that's the fucking reason? That's it.
Listen, stop being so harsh on it. The movie sucked, but stop being so harsh because I mean you prefer Harley Quinn over Man of Steel. So
how dare you? Sorry, I'm talking about rewatchability. Okay,
Chris.
Hashtag I stand with Chris Nolan.
Hey, Meg, you're actually gonna go see it, right? Meg's
Friday.
Your theaters are
feel bad for
Finally.
you.
Okay, that's
it's the only fucking movie that's showing.
That's the only review that counts.
Literally, it's like every day I click and it's the only movie.
That's the only thing. Holy crap!
Yeah, the only movie playing the whole.
All I'm gonna say is Chris Nolan needed Jonah Nolan big fucking time to make this go. How do we make this film feel important? Like, what makes this film go? Because the fucking reason of the movie you're going, really? That's it. That's the fucking reason. I'm just saying, dude.
Nah, Garza needed like super big time characters. He needed like a child in there that was like
I really agree. I really agree with this man here, but I'm on board with
first time.
The Russian fan.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, this movie's horrible.
You just needed some fucking reason in it. And the fucking reason that you find it, you're like, wait, that's the whole that's the moment. Like, that's the fucking, like, this is it. Like, this original idea.
Yeah.
That's the fucking reason.
Oh my god! I get. You guys wanted it Inception time 2. It wasn't that. I'll give it that. But Jesus Christ, it wasn't horrible.
I mean, it was beautiful. The soundtrack was a little bit too loud, but it was good.
Oh, I love that. I felt it in my fucking taint, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I love.
Anyways,
I loved every
I just wanted
minute.
to leave. I wanted to leave and shout out that Tenet sucked because you guys were talking about
not
it.
Fucking
in
suck.
movie theaters.
No,
it's fucking shit. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Scott.
Oh my god! You have Dark Knight Rises in your top 5.
I'm getting off.
You have
I'm getting off because I
top 5.
We know you're getting off. We can.
Exactly.
All over me, John.
Oh man, I gotta go make a pizza. Right now.
You gotta go make a pizza. What time is it over there?
It's like 1:30, man.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
I'm hungry.
I mean, he's got a visitor.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Okay.
So.
All right, Garza.
But you know what? Hey, I love you guys.
I love you too, man.
Nightmare Timeline. I'm right. I'm just saying.
Enjoy your Pornhub.
That's Garza's mantra. I'm right.
Meg, just go enjoy the fact that you have a movie theater again.
Oh, I can't wait.
Just be like, I just want you to walk in the movie theater and just be like,
Meg,
probably gonna
do me a
cry.
favor. Do me a favor, Meg. Turn your phone off or turn it to airplane mode.
Of course.
Yes, please
Always.
just disconnect and just enjoy the movie.
Always.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck with Garza and Ben Tay. Okay, you're gonna enjoy yourself. I mean, it's not Inception, it's not fucking Memento, it's not
Interstellar.
It's not Interstellar. Like I was kind of, but I almost at one point I was actually thinking, I'm like, oh man, do I like it more than Interstellar? Probably not. Okay, especially I do want to see it again. I just like the pacing of it. I like the fact that it was just like, hey, let's just go. I don't need to have like this backstory of all these characters. Let's just to me it almost felt like a video game, it was like Christopher Nolan taking like a video game. It's like I don't need to know where did Robert Pattinson come from, where did fucking
John David Washington.
I was like, damn, I couldn't remember his first name. Where do they come from? I mean, literally, John David Washington's name is the protagonist. You look at an IMDb, he doesn't even have a fucking name. It's like a video game to me. Like that's the way I kind of looked at it. And like, I don't need this like big time depth.
As someone who literally works with storylines as my job, it was one of my favorite movies to watch, like ever. Not here's the thing, I'm not saying it's like the best movie of all time. I'm just saying what the element of film that he was playing with is an element that requires mastery to be able to play with it successfully. And like, I think that movie is fun to watch if you're a dumb person, and it's fun to watch if you're really
perfect.
So,
oh, come on, Meg.
But Meg's gonna love it because she's a Robert Pattinson fan.
John David Washington and Robert Pattinson.
They're both John David Washington.
You know what? I mean, I wish that John David Washington. I wish he had like more. I think he needed a little bit more of a oomph to him. I will say that.
Yes. We can't go into this without spoilers, but if you think about it, there's
stop. Just take a deep breath.
Take a breath. You can feel in the moment. You can reflect on how you felt in the past, or you can feel in the moment now about how you felt in the past. Okay. There's like different like emotional tenses kind of. And like, I understand what you're saying, but also that doesn't make sense.
No. What you say is making sense to me now because you're right. No. It's true because if you're in the moment, you will feel a certain way. But if you in a different time zone that you have to go and resolve that moment, you already went through the experience, so your whole experience had completely changed. So you wouldn't react the same. Yeah, I see that.
Okay.
And also Elizabeth Debicki.
Oh,
yes! Oh my God! Yeah,
no, she was great.
That statuesque goddess. That
oh my God! Yeah, no, she's great.
Go watch The Night Manager if you have not watched The Night Manager with Tom Hiddleston and Hugh Laurie.
Tom Hiddleston, yeah.
Oh, I like her, but besides the protagonist, she was like this over here. So I'm like, why I can now see them together? You know what I mean? And I
all I know,
I'm not saying anything about short guys, Dave. I'm sorry.
But I love the fact that for once in Hollywood, they didn't have to make them this. They let Elizabeth Debicki be the statuesque goddess that she is.
But that's because
like all over everyone.
Yeah, but they can make her or the other actors who are shorter than her look like they're on par. That's techniques, but I don't understand. I also don't understand what's the thought process on making her tower over everyone else, especially the protagonist.
Dude, she's like apparently she's like what 6'3".
6'3". Holy shit! She plays for the fucking Sparks. She played for the LA Sparks.
Did she?
No, I'm Sparks.
I was about to say. I was like, damn, holy shit, crazy. No, but. I don't know, but I think Meg's gonna enjoy it because Robert Pattinson's character. I love that guy.
In case you guys were wondering,
what
did you say?
Meg's 6'3".
Yeah, I'm 6.
Yeah, she's 6'3".
Get the fuck out of here! No, you're
not. I saw Twitter. I saw Twitter.
God, I would love to be that tall.
Yeah.
Why would you want to be that tall?
Why not?
That's too much.
Look down, everybody.
Hey, my wife.
That will make an official Amazonian.
My wife's 6'1". Yeah.
Oh, shit. Holy,
my wife is 6'1".
Yeah, my wife's 6'1". She's taller than me.
Wow.
You know, I'm only 5'10". She's 6'1". My father-in-law is 6'4". My brother-in-law is 6'8".
Jesus.
6'8". What
Holy crap.
That's a monster.
Dude, you're gonna have some tall kids, man.
No, trust me. My 7-year-old is already about.
Wow.
Yeah,
they grow. Kids
I am screwed.
Yeah, you're gonna be overpowered by giants. My God, that's gonna be a Black Mirror episode.
No, I have. So, needless to say, I have no problem with tall women. I am
problem with tall women at all. No, trust me. Yeah, like Jose said, you want to
have a fan.
Nothing wrong with that. No, but no. When it comes to Tenet, Steven, you saw it, right?
Nope.
You didn't see it.
I skipped the fuck out at a 2:30 showing by myself. I was like, I'm going to see Tenet, and he's like, what? And I was like, bye.
Oh, respect, Amanda. Respect.
Gangster. It was that one of us had to, or we were gonna lose our minds. So now I don't have anyone to like unpack it for 8 hours with, except for
No, but Meg, you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy it. Don't listen to any of the criticisms. I mean,
well, the only critic is me here.
Like when it came to me,
I
like,
never listened to Ben, so
yeah.
Nobody does. Not even.
When it ended, I was like, I want to watch that again because of like everything that happens, with the inversion and everything. Like, the final act is fucking insane.
But Nolan makes those movies that you immediately go,
I want to watch it again.
I need to watch that again. Like,
see, I get that from every movie he's made. I didn't get that from this movie.
God,
I'm like, I can't wait for this shit to be over so I can get the fuck out of here.
Garza has been
clearly
yelling in your ear too much.
fuck that noise. Sorry.
No. I went to see it with a bunch of.
I just I blew your brain about.
No. You tap into something that I didn't see it that way. Probably if we continue to talk, probably I'll see things differently. But the thing is that the story, the motive, the performance was dreadful.
Dreadful.
Sorry.
Swenson, did you see it? Did you see it, Chris?
Oh yeah, I did see it. Yeah.
Did you? What was your thoughts exactly?
Well, see, I watched Ben and Garza's review before, so I was already like lower
converted your expectations.
But then I
rose it up.
I liked it,
but
I still agree with Ben that I would watch Dark Knight Rises before this.
Thank you.
Oh my god!
So I liked it. I'm like one of the few who actually likes Dark Knight Rises.
I do like Dark Knight Rises.
I like Dark Knight Rises. It's just
sucked.
It's a Batman.
Do you like anything?
All right, I love the Dark Knight.
My finger is on the remove button right now. Jesus Christ, dude!
Wait.
No. Like I get it. Like I Dark Knight Rises is definitely the weakest one.
Yes,
it's the weakest one in the trilogy. It is, but
it's the Nolan movie I'm least interested in rewatching.
Yes.
Thank
it's
you.
like one of those like it's so weird because I could watch Batman Begins.
Whatever. I'm
gonna
call it right now.
I'm like, fuck yeah, but Dark Knight Rises.
Failing to see it. I'm sorry.
You know how many times
the only Nolan movie that's the one that's like
you just didn't understand it. Sorry.
It's been 20 years since I saw Insomnia, but that's only because it's a remake. It's been 20 years, so now I kind of want to watch it again because I'm like,
I need to watch it again.
I need to watch
it a couple of times.
It doesn't get enough credit. It's different from his other stuff.
Good. It's good.
Way more of a traditional movie, but like I think it's really good.
Very good.
It's a really good movie.
Now, have you watched have you seen the Swedish original?
I don't think so.
Neither have I.
It's got Stella. It's Stellan Skarsgård plays the Al Pacino character, and it's part of the Criterion collection. So I picked up the Blu-ray when Barnes & Noble has their 50% off Criterion sale. I haven't watched it yet, but it's like I picked up specifically because it's like I want to watch this one, and then I want to go back and watch the Nolan version.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when it comes to the Nolan version, I mean, you got like top-notch performances. You got Pacino, you got Williams, you got Swank. I mean, there's just so much there. I need to revisit it again, but the fact of the matter is, I think it's just because it's not like an original Nolan. That's why it's like, But because Memento is always going to be my favorite. Because when I watched that movie, I mean, I felt fucking like, it's so expired. I need to write something. Holy shit. I did. I wrote a script like, I got to write it like that, man. It's so amazing. It's, there's just something about Memento where like the fact that he took like that movie and I even like that video where he explains how he wrote it. I mean, I was just like, Jesus Christ, you're God. When I saw that.
The loop.
Yeah, the loop and the way he did it with the paper clip or whatever.
How he connects in the middle.
What the fuck. I'm like, dude. That's amazing. But the fact that, I know. It's like,
we'll talk. We need to talk, Ben.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
and Meg, after you see it, we need to talk.
Yeah, we all need to talk.
I need to talk to people. Like that's the thing that's really killing me right now is that not enough people are seeing movies.
Yeah,
and I don't have people.
I'm buying fucking books. That's how bad it is.
What?
I stopped reading a book so I could be on this. So let's watch the slander coming out of your mouth, sir.
Well,
yes, let's watch it. I'm here. Go ahead.
Oh, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm a sucker for like crazy time travel, like weird shit like that. I don't know. Like somebody even talked about Looper. Looper was better. I'm like, I mean, like, yeah, I like Looper, but
no,
I don't know.
It's not
better than Looper.
No, to me, you can't. Oh, I guess.
Oh my god, this is gonna kill me. I can't be on the stream anymore. I can't be on the stream anymore. I gotta dip. I'm not.
I know we gotta have.
I'm gonna try really hard to restrain myself. Is what I'm saying.
What were we gonna say, Steven?
No, nothing. I mean, I haven't seen Tenet. I was just gonna say, to me, like, if you're gonna compare, I guess like Primer is like a totally different ballpark of like production value. But like, if you're gonna talk about like well-constructed time travel theory, I guess Shane Carruth is like canceled now. So take it in context because he's like domestic violence issues. But if you can get past that, the director's commentary for Primer is on YouTube, and it is like one of the most amazing director's commentaries.
Yes, it is. And they did that movie like for $40.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah. I think the whole movie with director's commentary is on YouTube. I
didn't even try to like those, either the movie or the commentary, and I like both. I tried not to like them.
But like Primer is crazy because he it was so cheap because like he rehearsed every scene like 100 times before he would shoot it. He did one take on every single scene. I think it was one scene he had to do more than one take on, because of how thoroughly everything was rehearsed. It's insane.
Crazy.
Yeah, the movie was like $4,000.
Everybody needs to watch Dark if you want to see some crazy time travel shit. Swenson, you watched Dark, right? I know, Ben, you tried.
No, I
you guys tried?
I watched a bunch of it.
Oh, come on, you guys gotta watch it to the end.
I mean, I got Raised by Wolves, The Boys. I mean, there's so much stuff.
The boys this week, so good.
I haven't seen it yet. I got spoiled. On Twitter though.
No. For me, the only thing I'll say is that I finally posted that Leonardo DiCaprio meme from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because I had a moment. I had that moment in the episode going.
That's good. All right. I think we should end it there, guys. We're at 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Holy shit, yeah.
Jeez.
Yes. I need to be more drunk if it's been that long.
I know, right? We should have been taking shots, but all right, let's go around the horn. Obviously, thank you guys for joining as per usual. It's always fun. It's always good. Thank you for everybody in the live chat and everything. But like I said, everybody needs to watch Dark. Please just give it a chance. It's so good. Anyways, watch it with the dub or watch it with the subtitles. I know it's a German show, but I mean, if you want to talk about some crazy paradox fuckery, man, it's gonna blow your mind. Like episode 5 in the first, or 6 in the episode in the first season, you're gonna be like, what the shit? Anyways, all right, let's go around the whole horn. I almost said hole. That's a whole different thing. That's my OnlyFans I'm talking about right there. No, go ahead, Miss Wonder Meg. The feature, yes. Go ahead and promote yourself.
You can find me everywhere as Wonder Meg. So do with that what you will.
Can Google her as Wonder Meg.
What did you say?
You can even Google her as Wonder Meg.
Yes, you can Google me.
All right, and you need to do more YouTube videos. Like I said, you do. And Mr. Scott McClellan.
Of course, you can find me on Twitter at ScottDC27. You can find me on my podcast, DC Film Squadcast, wherever you find your podcast. You can also find the entire network at squadcastmedia.com.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I'm glad I'm not following that this week.
So professional. I mean, I tell you what, man. I mean, between you and Meg, best voices on this whole stream right here. That's Mr. Chris Long Swenson.
It's the bass. What can I say? It's the bass.
All the bass. You are the bass of the Vodka stream. You are.
He's got an equalizer that's turned way up, and in person his voice is actually really squeaky.
What are you talking about, Steven? Shut up!
I mean, have any of you ever talked to Scott without a podcast microphone present?
It sounds like you mouse next to fucking helium balloon.
Miss McCann, may I speak to your husband?
What do you think, Eddie? It sounded just like this.
Oh man! Woo! Oh, that's good stuff right there. Oh
God.
Go ahead, fall that up.
Cornflakes, whatever.
Whatever. He's got a live stream on Saturdays. Make sure you. All right, Mr. Everett. Mr. Everett.
Yes, you can find me at the Real Emotion podcast on every Wednesday at 10 o'clock with John Aaron Garza. You can follow me. I know, John Aaron Garza.
Not after that.
I know. Please. Come down, miss.
All right. Nicole Birds. Who wants to go first? Steven or Amanda?
Yeah, my fucking handle on Twitter is too complicated. Just find me through Steven. And also the League of Mayhem stream every other Tuesday.
There it is.
7 p.m. EST.
Exactly what Meg said. What Meg said when she said it in like this voice.
There, she could.
There she is.
Amanda's got her Lauren Bacall going right there.
I told you I had my mic set for more conversational tone.
Yeah. No, this is my conversational tone. Remember, I'm already set for the 6 feet social distancing.
That's
perfect.
Going that way.
All right, Steven.
Yeah, I'm Stephen Colbert. You can find me at I'm actually writing a few things for Screen Rant, so you'll find me there. Also, you can find me on Twitter at smcolbert, and also on BVS by the Minute, the podcast that breaks down Batman v Superman 1 minute at a time.
And Dice, yes, we will do exactly that.
Yeah, I need to get Dice on this thing. I think we
yes.
We'll do like a feature. We'll do a feature thing
for Black Sails. In case you guys were wondering,
I know I hear Black. I know Stephen raves about Black Sails. I need to watch that too. Apparently, yeah. And everybody remember.
And also, I'm excited to watch the Snyder Cut because Joss Whedon sucks.
Yes, he definitely does. Indeed. And then, of course, just because it's so cool, I got to play this. God, that looks painful,
so
doesn't it?
cool.
Where is
it's really spooky season.
Dave, do you have that one clip of the dude in the Spider-Man costume where he jumps and then
Oh, I don't. I need to get. Okay, that's something I need to get. Send it to me. Send it to me, and I will add it.
All right.
Yeah, send it to me, and I will add it.
We're gonna find out something. Give it to Dawson and have him do something to crazy to censor
to amplify it. Yeah.
Motion stabilize, like the hair at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, from Splash.
Yeah, the hair from
There it is. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for clicking in and everything, and we will see you next week with all this stuff. See you later.